starting it?
Now.
We're live. Mic check.
You see the chat good?
Yep, I could read that. Let's go, Tavid.
All right, we're here. Does it work? Yo, chat, help me out here. Does it work? First time here, it's just us here. You know, we ain't got no producer. We set it up all ourselves. So let's hear it, chat. One's in the chat if you hear us. One's in the chat if you see us. One's in the chat if you're ready to get the show started, huh? How are you feeling today, Nick?
Feeling good, feeling good.
Feeling good, of course. So today, what day is this? It's 7/2/2026. Today's a one life path day numerology. I'm a one life path. I'm in the 305 with my main guy, Nick from the Q app. And the hat is back. Yes, sir. Hat is back. You guys got me lacking yesterday. Not today. I'm locked and loaded. How are we feeling?
Feeling good. In America, we go 2/7/2026. But I know you took a long trip from Estonia. You said 7/2.
I'm used to, no. The day always goes in the middle. Guys, a lot of people have this discussion whether the American or the European way is correct for putting the dates. See, when you look at the word middle, it has DD. Just like day, DD, right? MM, DD, YYY. So numerologically, it makes sense that the day goes in the middle. So, but today, we got a long stream coming up, guys. You guys get ready. And by the way, $8 above, we readings here. We undercutting Gary. Gary asks 98. We're giving you for the cheap. You got questions, super chat, $8 above. We are here for it. So, let's talk about the Q app. Numerology and astrology is gonna change the world as we know it. And Q app is gonna be the front leader for pushing the real movement. See, Gary the numbers guy has dedicated his life to pushing numerology to the mainstream. And that 33 has done a hell of a good job at it, hasn't he?
He sure has.
A hell of a good job. But see, it's never enough for just one person to be the entire movement. You don't make a movement just based off one person. GG33 and numerology starts from him, the 33 snake, and starts to grow and starts to build. Of course, he's the godfather of it. But now, the level 2 is going to be the Q app. Q app is here to change the way people look at numerology and astrology and change the way they look at life. Right? Because once you start understanding the concept of energy, every person has a birthday, every date has a founding date, every company, every city, every brand has a day it was founded on. So when you start something on a certain day, it imprints that energy. You see what I mean? Imprinted energy is behind all of numerology astrology. You get married, you're born, right? You get imprinted with the energy of the date. That energy is gonna direct and showcase the cycles you're meant to go throughout your life. And once you start learning about it, everything starts making more sense. Is that right?
I mean, it's essentially the study of life, right? I would go beyond just saying it's the study of numbers. It's the study of life because it can go to every area of life. So, absolutely.
For real. So we got a reading a little bit coming up, 2/3/1991. That's the 7 life path. Is that a goat or is that a horse? 3rd of February.
Could be on the cusp. We could.
That's always on the cusp. Put it in the Q app.
Yeah,
Put it in the Q app. We'll see which one it is. But you have 7 life path on the 3rd, so you have an interesting combination. People who are 7s, they're very shy. They're not good at talking. They're very not into communication that much, right? But you being born on the 3rd, the number of communication, you got that balance. See, that's advanced numerology. You look at 2 things together. You look at the life path, and then you look at the date.
We're looking at a horse.
We're looking at a horse. Your year's coming up, brother. You have the best time of your life coming up. You're in a 6-person year as well. You're gonna be your birthday a couple of days ago. Happy birthday, my friend. So now, you're in a 6-person year, and it's 2026, your horse here. Best time in your life to build a family. Best time in your life to buy a house. Best time in your life to have kids, get married, anything with 6 energy, that home and family, you're aligned with it, this can be the best year of your life. But see, going back to now, imprinted energy, right? Everything is about imprinted energy. When you're born, you get imprinted with the energy of the day, right? So that imprint within a cosmic wheel of energy is gonna show what you're meant to go through in life. What are the challenges? What are the lessons your higher self wants you to learn in this reincarnation, right? In this lifetime in a matrix, because death is not a one-time thing. It's just like life isn't. We are eternal beings, right? Death doesn't exist. When you close your eyes in one lifetime, your awareness, your soul is going this next journey in the next moment for another go at it. Because to experience life, we need a body. To have a body, we need a platform, and that's Earth, right? So we come down here as a soul to literally play the game, go through life, evolve, and become more rich in spirit. But see, when your goal is to live as much as you can, one lifetime ain't gonna cut it, right? We go through different reincarnations in different parts of the world with different characters with different birthdays to show what are the challenges you gotta go through in this lifetime or the next one to evolve as a soul and get better at living. See, that's what I realized is the meaning of life, to get better at living. That's what we're all here for. We're here to, again, you know, blade does sharpen against strawberries, blade sharp is rubbing against stone. People always want an easy life. People want to hide away from the troubles, but those are the challenges that are going to teach you to actually evolve and take to the next level. You know, we don't come and think about life that's like an endless vacation. It would turn to a hell pretty quick. You imagine like a cruise. You're 1 week in a cruise, cool, chilling. You're there 1 month, getting a bit tired. Imagine you have to be there for a year, 10 years, an eternity. That's not life anymore, right? We are here for the drama. We're here for that, you know, something to push ourselves to evolve. So that's what everybody watching this and everybody in the world has to understand. Your numerology is your blueprint within this matrix. Your numerology and astrology imprints, you came down with this, you came down under. These are the challenges you have to learn. One life path have to learn leadership. People born at first, 10, 90, 28, they have to learn how to be more independent, how to take charge, have to live up to it, to that challenging male energy, that leadership energy. Now, people born at second, they ain't gotta be like that, can't do they? What's the challenge for people born in second?
Just being as peaceful as possible, you know, especially, you know, not causing the problem. I would say anyone born in the second, if someone's messing with you and you didn't actually cause the problem, it's gonna bounce back on them worse, right? Second's all about peace.
Push 100%. 2 is the number of peace. World War II ended September the 2nd. The Nazis surrendered May the 2nd. So you see 2 being imprinted so much with peace energy, you do not want to start a fight on the 2nd of the month. Every day has its own energy, 365 days a year. The more you align yourself with it, the better things we go, right? On a 1 life per day, take action, go hard, start new things, just like we're doing here. See, tomorrow is going to be 11 life per day. On 11 life per days, that's a very emotional time. People always lose their shit on 11 days. People get triggered, people get mad, people start going crazy whenever it's the 11 life per days or 11, 20, 29th. Start paying attention to this and you will see how effective numerology really is. It's a daily process going step by step. But now, getting back on topic, the Q app, right? This is what we're really here for. The Q app is going to change the world based off numerology astrology. You start because this makes it accessible to people, right? Q app is going to teach numerology better than anybody else could because it's the people that can actually go out there, learn about the codes, and then apply them wherever they go. You put in any birthday in a Q app, it's going to tell you what the person is. What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? Their compatibility with you. You go on a date, you put in the birthday, you see, oh, they're 80%. Great, let's go. You see, that's a 30%, you run. That's the power of the Q app. In business, people you meet, you put in the compatibility, instant results, as good as it gets. Up to you, Nick.
I mean, I would say Q was actually made for the purpose of searching that founding dates database, right? Secondary, I would say the calculator. We could learn all about yourself, right? Your energy and how you could tap into that, right? Your strengths, your weaknesses. And then, you know, third, I would say the calendar, right? Understanding the energy at large, right? How's the day's energy, the world's energy affecting everyone in it alike? So, you know, everyone like you were saying, everyone's experience is going to be different. I do think you probably sign up for these, you know, for this energy, right? Every incarnation, the birthday that you got, it's kind of like, you know, you signed up for that. And it's kind of up to you to really tap into your own energy in that lifetime to really find your great, like we like to say at Q, meaning finding that alignment, right? Understanding where your strengths are and then how to use that alignment best. Because in reality, like, you know, people are going to have different skill sets, different, you know, abilities. And it's if you're the best at what you could do, you know, it's not necessarily that you need to be the best at anything. It's that everyone has the potential to be the best at whatever it is they have in front of them. And knowing your energy is kind of like not going blind throughout life, you know, knowing kind of how to tap into that and then becoming the best through that, you know.
Makes perfect sense. So you're essentially saying numerology shows your potential in a way, right? So we see some people's ambitions don't match their potential. Some people, someone's on a 6 life path, they want to be a 33 so bad, it's not going to work. So sometimes you got to learn your numerology to just be aligned with what you're meant to go through right now. But see, some people, their ambitions don't match their potential where they are, you know, selling themselves short. If you're a master number 11, 22, and 33, these people get to the top anything they do. Master numbers vibrate at a completely different frequency and dominate every single field to look at. We're looking at sports, business, music actors. 11s dominate because they use that emotional energy to manifest. Look at Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, both 11 life paths, right? What made Kobe special? He wanted it so bad, his mindset, that killer instinct. No one could stop Kobe because he believed in himself so much. Every day the 11 life path woke up and went to work because nothing else mattered. He manifested continuously to get to the top, and he used the 11 energy to his advantage. That's what you have to do as a master number. If you're a master number born on 11, 20, 29, 22nd, or you're 33, you gotta follow your heart. You gotta follow your passion, find what fuels your fire, then go all out with it. Right? And again, if you don't know about this stuff, QApp is gonna align you and go hard and take advantage, and so you can really tap in and be the best version of yourself. Tav and mic is not on. You're capping, bro. It's on, right? It's on. All right, we got a reading. Is it on? Guys, check 1, 2. It should be on, right? I don't think it's coming from there. I'm speaking straight to the mic.
Do I sound louder than Tav?
All right. What's up, guys? 28-1 dog. We got a donation. John Wilder with $10. 28-1 dog here. 2/5/1983. Planning to start a business this year. What day do you recommend to start? And what to see for me this coming year? So when you want a date to start a business, you gotta tell me what the business is. But I can't tell you what day you should start a business if you don't tell me what you're doing. You can't, that's advanced numerology. I can't give you the same date if you're selling gold or you're selling silver, right? Or you're selling coffee or you're selling weed. I don't know what you're doing, right? I gotta know what the business is to give you that energy or to give you that reading. But see, you are, we gotta have the super chat somewhere too. So it's managed, you know, the chat keeps going, we're gonna miss them. So anyways, I remember your birthday, 2/5/1983. So you're 1 life path, you're now in an 8 personal year in your in your own horse year. Very good. Very good. You have one of the best years of your life coming up. The next time you have the same level of potential is gonna be 2062. So it's a long time away when you, sir, can get another 8 personal year in a horse year. So you should really take 2026 as the most important year of your life. Now, how do we figure out the super chat thing, right? We got
Well, here's the last one that came through, but
oh yeah, with the phone. Brilliant.
Yeah, keep tracking there. But I was gonna say how, you know, the 5 people can have the same idea across the world for something that they want to do. But I think the X factor is, you know, of those 5 people, which of them really believe they're the best at accomplishing that goal, right? And not in a narcissistic way or, you know, arrogant, but in the way that you truly believe that this type of idea is not going to get out there and it's not going to be done in the best possible way if it's not you that completes it. And, you know, that a level of that means understanding that, you know, there's 5 people with 5 different birth dates. There's going to be a birthday in there who's best aligned with that idea, that business, that, you know, work that they're pursuing, that passion that they have. So really, I just want to emphasize belief, right? Belief is going to superpower your intent, and that's all you really need. You know, having that belief in what you're doing every day. Numerology is just a tool. It's just an extra lens of understanding, hey, this is my strength, this is my weakness. You know, I'm a 3 life path. Yeah, communicating is going to be a great business for me, right? Or I'm a 6 life path. Let me create a service. You know, let me just find something that's of great value to somebody or many people. So really important to have that belief in your mind. If you're working on something, know that, you know, or try to find out, are you best suited for this idea?
Makes perfect sense, brother. So we got a couple readings, 9/20/1996. Yo, bro, I'm still enemies with 1s, 11s since I got the 11 energy. So guys, this is a 9 life path born on the 20th. The 9 life path is asking 9 is enemies with the numbers 1 and numbers 11, right? So here we have the 9 life path asking, are they still enemies with the 1 and 11 if they're born on the 20th, which is 11 energy? So yes, because in numerology, you always compare things at their own level. You compare life path to life path, date to date. You're 9 life path, your enemies with the 1 life paths and 11 life paths. You're born on 20th, which is 11 energy, so your enemies with the 19th, 27th, you know, and just like that, people born on 19th, 27th. So you always want to mix and match everything at its own level, but you being a 9 life path born on 20th, you're a bit different 9. You got some old soul energy within you for sure, and the 28th of the month is not a problem for you because everything at its own level. That's advanced numerology you only get in a Q app. I gotta throw this out there in the back, right? We're getting clips out here. That's how we really thought. Oh, anything for the clip. All right, another one. We got 140 SAR, no idea what currency that is. 829 2006.
The 9 life bar.
So that's another 9 life, not there, another one. 9 life path born on the 29th, so 9-11 combination. You also born near the dog, which is the 11th sign, so you're a very emotional 9. See, this combination is very, very volatile because when you're emotional and you have a huge ego, that can be a cause of problems, my friend. So you gotta manage your ego and you gotta tire yourself out. People born near the dog, 2006, 1994, 1982, they're just like dogs in real life, brother. They gotta run, they gotta go out, they gotta tire themselves out. You got anybody has a dog as a pet, you gotta give it attention, you gotta take it for a walk, otherwise that motherfucker gets scrappy, right? So it's the same thing if you notice for people born near the dog. If they don't get attention, if they don't go out and have fun, they're gonna get depressed. Best example, Donald Trump on 1946, you have the dog. Think about Trump, for example. He's running the world, he's doing everything he's doing, but when he gets to the golf cart, he's a dog chasing balls. He needs that. The dog needs to go out there to have fun. That recharges him and allows him to move at an 80-year-old man to move like he's 40, right? So that's new information drop for anybody born near the dog. You gotta go out and tire yourself and have fun, otherwise dogs get depressed. And that's the level of insight you get in the Q app. You can read any sign like this, ain't nothing like it, get the Q app.
So what's unique about the Q app and why, we have probably more accurate information is, of course, shout out to GG33, Gary Greenberg. But it's the combination of numerology and astrology, right? That point right there about the dog. The dog's the 11th sign, right? And we say that we kind of give that same type of feedback to 11 life paths or people born on the 11th, 20th, 29th. You got to work out. You got to have an outlet. You have a high energy. So, there's connections between that. And I believe that's probably why the dog is, someone who needs to be working out just as much as an 11 life path.
There you go. So see, numerology always supersedes. That's how we can, but this is the next level, right? This is the advanced astrology where you apply numerology to it as well. So people born near the tiger is the 3rd sign. 3 is the number of youth, right? So makes sense. Tigers, they age like wine. Tigers, they're hyperactive. Tigers, they get bored so easily. Tigers have the biggest amount of short attention spans. All tigers have ADHD because tiger is the 3rd sign. So see how it applies even there. A lot of snakes. Snake is the 6th sign. A lot of snakes can be lazy. A lot of snakes, people born 1990, people born 1989, 2001, 2013, people when you're the snakes, a lot of them can be lazy. They just want to find a nice warm rock to lay on. They want to find a nice spot they can chill and not worry about anything else, right? So that's snake being the 6th sign. We always say goat is the richest sign, goat is the 8th sign, right? So you see a lot of people born near the goat have another level of the date energy already within them. Make sense?
And I would say, all of 2025, I think a lot of people, when January 1st, 2026 hit, I think a lot of people felt that energy shift a lot more than other years, simply because we're going from a 1 to 9, or a 9 to 1, I should say, which is opposite, right? These are enemy numbers, GG33 exclusive knowledge right there. But with that being said, I would say 2025, if you were moving passive, that was kind of what the energy is all about. 9 is more support. It's not the leader, right? And on top of that, we're going into this 1 year, and it's a horse year, right? The snake is lazy. The 9 is kind of passive. Now we're going into the 1 to the horse. So just think about that. This is the time. This is the rally. You got to gallop through the 2026. So, yeah, quick shout-out, homage to Gary, the numbers guy, Roger, Nick. I have to say, just a quick intro for those who don't know. My name is Nick, and I am one of the 3 founders at Q, alongside Gary and Roger. And, yeah, I've been creating and teaching knowledge around numerology for some time, and now I've had the opportunity over the last few years to kind of design the technology that's teaching hundreds of thousands of people through Q. And on the side, I do a little bit of consulting for a few creators, and I also create myself. I've been posting and teaching numerology, on my Twitter at LifePathFacts on Twitter, where I just kind of post thoughts that come to my mind, or I used to run a lot of statistics to kind of prove numerology and use statistics to back that up. But yeah, that's a little bit about myself. I post numerology facts there all the time. But just to give a little intro, I don't know how much your audience knows me.
You being humble. Guys, this is the mastermind behind the Q app. This is the one who's making it all possible. Right? We can do the numerology stuff for what we got to put in there, but what it actually takes to run an app, what it actually takes to give you guys the best product for you and to build up Q, This is the one behind all of that. So W is in a chat for Nick. W is in a chat for, actually building, recruiting, doing 100 million different things to bring the Q app to all of you guys and to make it as good as it possible. So cheers to you, Nick.
Yeah,
You're doing great.
That's my background. I came from 2.5 years of technical recruiting, right? Helping people in the data space find their jobs, data scientists, like really high level people. And I saw what it took to build a team. And when I saw the problem with Q, it was not an easy thing to solve, but it was a simple problem to solve. And that's where the creation of Q came from. So that recruiting led to, having the experience to find the right people to surround myself with.
You see the W's, yeah? You see the W's running to it? W's for Nick. Hey, let's go.
It starts with, the network of people around you. And I was lucky enough to be learning from Roger at the time, who then connected me with Gary. And, the rest follow, right? The right people always show up when you're in alignment with, when you're doing your best, when you're trying to find your great. You're going to find the right people and the business is going to work. So keep that in mind. And I can't take all the credits. The team, Tavit's made a huge impact over the last 6 months. You guys wouldn't believe it, but you can check out the Instagram and see how much work Tavit's been putting in. And, we're just at the beginning, right? I would say we're still very small and niche, but I would say 2026 is the year that we kind of bridge that gap to everyone else.
I agree. 2026 is a massive awakening year. Guys, look at what's going on in the world. The Epstein files, right? The hottest topic. We hear it so much, we all getting sick of it because we have already known most of this stuff already, right? Most of the people in this chat and everybody in GG33, we've been known about that shit going down, right? But see, now it's the normies. Now it's everybody who's actually seeing there's the stuff we were talking about for years. It's actually true. It's actually valid, right? This is all part of the awakening. This sort of stuff wasn't, a reality or possible last, 12 years ago. Now, 2026, people are waking up. People are searching for the truth. People are realizing there's more to life than sticks and stones. People are realizing there's a thing called energy. There's a thing called soul, that your awareness is the key behind all of it, right? And now these people just now waking up, they're the ones who want numerology. They're the ones looking for something deeper. And that's what the Q app really is. The Q app is a way show. The Q app is a way for people where we're giving our helping hand to them for that little something different. There's something bigger, something deeper they can use to evolve their knowledge and raise their frequency. That's what we're doing here. And that's why it's taking off, because everybody's waking up. If you're not, you're going to one side. If you are, you're coming with us. Make sense?
Yeah. Q's a huge edge, right? If you want an edge in life, knowledge, right? Of course, backing it up before knowledge, I would say get your relationships right. Find a solid wife you can kind of bond and grow with. This is advice that Gary gave for many years. Don't try to find a wife once you've already made it. Then you'll never know if they really love you,
Hey, shout out to my cutie in the corner, the 8 years and counting.
Yep.
See, guys, I don't have most of the problems other people are in relationships, right?
Me neither.
I've been 8 years with my woman. How young do you have yours?
I'm married, we just got married in June, and
There you go. See, the numerologist got it figured out. The numerologist, astrologers, we know how this stuff works, right?
Been together 6+ years. So
6+, so there you go.
You can love someone. you could love someone, but I think it's going to take more time to really know someone and make that commitment. So back to what I'm saying, get your relationships right. That's kind of that 6 energy, your family, your friends, your people around you who are going to be like your soldiers in life. Then go on to the knowledge, right? Learn about yourself. Then figure out, what can you align yourself around yourself. That knowledge is going to then automatically lead to power, right? So it's an edge, right? Q is an edge. And think about it, with the masses, everyone jumping into knowledge and all this awakening, all this unveiling of, unfortunate and ugly stuff, but also there is the duality to it. So just understand that without all this knowledge coming and pouring into the masses, the sooner you get into it, the quicker you start to, level up, the more of an edge you have, right? If you wait a couple years until everyone knows what Q is and everyone knows their life path, that's a better thing. But I'm just saying, if you had a business idea, you're going to get to, pursue and fast track your life faster. It's like electricity, Once that's in your life, you can maneuver and, magnify and just align, right? That's how I've maneuvered, right? And I've taken a lot of what Gary's put out there, a lot of what Roger's shared with the world, and I've put it into action. And the goal with Q is just to make a lot of this that took, years and years of understanding into a quicker process. I wish back in 2020, Q was available for myself. I was just kind of, scraping tweets online and finding bits of knowledge, little breadcrumbs, And now that Q's here, it's I wish it could be me. But hey, you guys are privileged to be in this spot. If this is like the first time you're hearing about numerology, you know, good for you. Your ability to jump into it's a lot faster now because of technology.
Bro, let me make it clear. The clock is ticking for you people. The clock is
Absolutely.
ticking.
You got-
Either you wake up now and wake up properly, or you'll be stuck in this matrix for good. That's why everybody, you need to study, you need to learn, you need to gain advanced information that's not available anywhere else. You want to learn numerology, astrology, Q app is the only source you can trust, right? And we got the proof, we got the receipts, we are the best of what we do, and it all starts with the intent of waking you guys up to make the world a better place. But hey, we gotta do some work now. We got a bunch of readings piled up, so let's get to it. We got Ansel with $10, 21/5, 2007. So you're an 8 life by pig. Congratulations, people born year the pig. Your year of hell is about to end. We got about, you know what? We got 10 days left in the snake year. 10 last days for people born year the pig when they can finally get through it. And congratulations, people born 2007, 1995, 1983 year the pig. You ain't getting another snake year until the next 11 years. Next enemy year comes 2037, so you're not officially gonna be on the top of the food chain. But see, there's 10 days left. 10 more days left, right? So don't get cocky, people born near the pig, right? 10 days left. Don't think snake energy is not here yet, right? Don't think the horse here is here already. It's still the snake year, so play safe, keep it cool. 10 more days, then you can keep going hard. Now, you are an 8 life on the 21st. The 8 is money, 3 is communication, 3 is sales. Best thing you can do in life is make sales with your mouthpiece, right? You know, start selling stuff, start talking with people, get into sales. You're an 8 life pig born on the 21st. As good as a sales combination I've laid my eyes on, I'm frank with you. 8 life path, very good with money. 3s, can't sell anything to anyone. People born near the pig, natural capitalist, you know. People born near the pig, they about that bag. They do really good in business, right? Think about the symbolism where you put the coins, you put it into the piggy bank. That's all energy, right? So pig is a very good money-making energy. Now, they do it best with the friendly sign, the goat. Goat and pig is the money-making combination in astrology. Look at Elon Musk, the richest person in the world, born near the pig. But Tesla founded 2003, year of the goat. So pig and goat is as good as it gets. Go hard, find some goats, and make some money. Now, next
Tyler,
one.
take the top 100 banks in the world. What signs do you think come up most frequently? Top 2.
What signs? Goat and pig?
Nope.
Ox?
There's one at the top, dominates everything.
Tell me.
The dragon.
The dragon.
Lots of dragons, you know, guarding that treasure, right? And then we got the pig at second. I've run the statistics on anything and everything you can imagine, from athletes to comedians. I mean, I've looked at, that's what I spent, you know, the better part of my first few years understanding numerology. I got deep into statistical analysis, looking into like anomalies, right? What was standing out? Obviously, it all kind of started with looking at the number 28 and how people who dominate their industry are always at the top. And throughout the last 50 years, I took Forbes data from 1990 all the way through 2023, and it was clear. You know, the top people were all born on the 28th, from Bill Gates, who remained in that title for decades, and Elon Musk to Carlos Slim. I mean, it goes deeper. I mean, you can look into the life paths, a ton of 28 life paths up there as well. But
brother, Miami is founded on the 28th.
Yep.
That's all you need. Miami literally founded July 28th.
Same day Q was founded.
Same day Q was founded. Ain't that some shit, huh? So now, the person who actually started Miami was a witch. You know that?
She was a woman. I don't know about her.
She was a witch, and that witch was born on the 22nd, number of the master builder, and year of the monkey. So see, that means she was an influential woman, right? I think she was a fire life path as well. I might be slipping. Maybe she was a 9, but I think she was a fire life path, born on 22nd, year of the monkey, the founder, the mother of Miami, right? So she come down into this, swamp and said, this is gonna be Miami. And she started it in the year of the monkey, a fire life path day on the 28th. So that's the energy, that witch, I keep saying that, that's the energy she imprinted Miami with. 28, fire life path, year of the monkey, and we became and blossomed into the financial hub of the world. That's the real power of using numerology. She was doing it, hundreds of years ago. So think about it. She was a monkey. She started in Miami in a monkey year. In America, the fire life path monkey nation. You see the alignment there, huh?
9 life path monkey.
9 life path monkey. There you go.
122, 1849.
And the 9 life path started Miami on a fire life path day. Yep. 9 and 5 friendly numbers. This is the stuff we teach you guys here. You want to learn your friendly number? Get the Q app. We got them all. Now, we got some readings to do. Hey, my kid has a bunch of twos in her birthday. Is that good or bad? Her birth date is 21 February 2022. So now, since it's a her, it's a very good thing. She's gonna be more peaceful, she's gonna be more feminine, and see, everybody has more two energy after year 2000. So I feel like, you know, with a kid like that, you gotta wear kid gloves. You gotta be very protective of her. That she does not do well with tough love. You have a kid born with so much two energy like that one, you gotta treat them nice. You can't be too hard on them. You gotta watch what you say to them. You know, if you have a kid born on a second, you might tell them something, you know, be mad at them. Then they might not show it, but actually really get deeply hurt and be thinking about it for, you know, years to come. So if you have people around you who are with a strong two energy, gotta be a little softer with them. It's just, that's understanding numerology. And again, you get the Q app, you're gonna learn exactly how should you approach someone, how should you deal with someone, how should you work around their energies as well, and how to complement it you. Ain't nothing like the Q app. So Eduardo Campos with $10, 11/10/2004. So Nick, we 11/10/2004. What can you tell us?
11/10/2004. I mean, we got another, 9 life paths? Born on the 1st, so we got some balance there with the 9 and the 1.
So how does the balance work? Let's say if they're 9 life path born on the 10th, how does that balance work for them?
9 life path born on the 10th, well, they can't be too passive, and they can't, you know, be too much of a leader. They need to find kind of the in-between spot where they're kind of supporting, but then also maybe leading the support, right? Being the kind of second in command. You know, get used to that and lean into it, right? If someone's you may feel like, you know, the ego of the 9 can be a little, I want to be number 1, but maybe being that 9 life path, it could be best for you to just take that second command, help someone get somewhere that's going to help you, you know?
Makes sense. So essentially what he's trying to say, 9 and 1 are enemy numbers, right? This is the worst enemy number combination in numerology. But what about if you're 1 life path born on the 9th, or you're a 9 life path born on the 1st? Are you your own enemy? Hell no, you can never be your own enemy. What this gives you is balance. You have both sides of the yin and yang within you. So in life, you gotta play both sides. You're an adaptive leader. You can be a leader, you can take leadership roles, but you can actually adapt around them, which a lot of ones can't. Now, for a 9 with 1 energy, you're gonna be more responsible. You're gonna get stuff done. You're gonna take action way more than most 9s. So it's a great combination, and you have a very good year coming up, 2028. Don't let it go to waste.
You know, a lot of people, I see them complain about their birthdays. Not a lot of people, but just know your birthday is your gift, right? I mean, you signed up for that, and you got to take ownership 100%. Don't say, I wish I wasn't born on this. No, that's you. Tap in, right? You picked it for a reason, and you're gonna figure out how to use those tools the best. Only you can. So.
All right, next one, 4/26/1995, from NYC with $20. So another 9 life path. What's going on? It's a 1 life path day, guys. I wanna see some 1 life path, some 11 life paths in the chat. What's with all these 9s, huh? Anyways, we got love for everybody, so let's hear it. Well, not everybody, but when it comes to numerology, we're not. When it comes to numerology, we're not racist. On the other side, maybe more, but not in numerology. Everyone's, you know, got a birthday, and that's what we deal with over here, right? So essentially, you being a 9 life path born on the 26th and year of the pig, right? So that's a very good financial energy. But for you, it's all about the environment. You want to place yourself in a position of money. You want to be around money. Think about it, it's a 9 life path born on the 26th. So guys, in advanced numerology, you look at the life path and you look at the day you're born. If you're a 9 life path born on the 26th, 9 is adaptive, 8 is money. Surround yourself with money. Surround yourself with business. Have friends who are into making money, you'll pick up stuff from them. That's the make or break thing for you. You want a good job, go to the bank. Be at the casino, be dealing with insurance, something that's around cash so you can take that energy, adapt to it, and take it for yourself as well. Now, same story with you, you're a piggy, so and you're not life path, you gotta watch out for indulging too much. That's what we say to non-life path pigs. You gotta be careful not to enjoy that food and drink too much, if you know what I'm saying. And maybe some other stuff as well.
Yeah.
But congratulations, your year of hell is about to end. You have a very good year coming up, 2027. 2027, the GOAT year, is gonna be killer for pigs. People born 2007, people born 1995, 1983, you're the pig. Should all be looking forward to 2027. You're the GOAT, your money maker year. How do you guys calculate so fast? what do you think we are in here? We're numerologists, but we don't need the calculator. Guys, that's the thing with Q app. I don't need the Q app. You know, I do that shit in my head.
I need it a little bit more than you, for sure.
Yeah, but I'm taking my knowledge, putting it into the Q app so you guys can do it as well. That's what we do over here. So let's keep going.
You know, I'm,
Basilic?
I'm really happy for the pigs. They got a super long enemy year, like 20 days extra than most enemy years. But that they're getting out of it. That's good.
Yeah, they're getting out of it. All right, Basilic with another 9/20/1996, male 5/26/1996, male business partners. Should this work? Let's see. It's not the greatest. It's a 50-50. You have really a mix of two sides with that person. You know, two rats together. If your mission is aligned and if you're on the same page, it can work. But if one of you has, you know, secret intentions, if one of you gets resentful of the other, you know, it can be hard. You know, two rats coming together. That seems like a trustworthy union.
Could be some manipulation there.
For sure. And you're in 11 life path and a 9 life path. You know, that's the thing with compatibility. You might be working together with an 11 life path and a 9 life path, right? So let me make it more simple. When it comes to compatibility, it's never a one size fits all. So let's say you work together with your enemy sign. You may be your best friends. Maybe you get along so well. You love each other. You have so much fun working together with your enemy number, enemy sign, but business goes to shit. Compared to, let's say you have a, you know, friendly number there, a friendly sign, and you hate each other, always going after each other's throats, but business is booming. Which one is actually correct, right? That's the real thing about compatibility. It's never a one size fits all. Guys, you would not believe how many people are giving a reading to who said, you know, oh, they're married to the enemy sign. Their husband is the enemy sign, but oh, they love each other so much. Oh, this stuff doesn't work for them. You know, they're an exception. And then I'm like, cool, okay, let's get into it. And then they start complaining. They have health issues, they have money issues, they have family issues, problems upon problems upon problems. And they can't figure out why, but we see it straight away, don't we? When there's enemy energy around people, it just boosts on luck. Things just go wrong randomly, right? Like a lot of tigers get hit in Miami, don't they? You know, there's a guy, Steve, what's his name? Steve will do it.
Steve will do it, yeah.
Is that the one?
Yes.
Yeah, Steve will do it, right? So he's born 1998. You're the tiger, I'm sure, I think, and he always lived in Miami, right? Which is the year of the monkey. So he was always living in his enemy city, living in enemy country in America. And what happened? He just got his YouTube deleted out of nowhere, right? He got his YouTube shut down for like 3-4 years out of nowhere. You know, that's what happens when you're around the enemy energy. You just get that unlock and you never know where it's coming. So see, not every tiger is going to have issues in, you know, not every tiger is going to fail in Miami, quite frankly. But see, some have troubles with health, some have problems with money, some have health, you know, family issues, some have relationship issues, some have all four. You don't know how enemy energy is going to hit you, but shit, you don't want to find out either. That's why you need the Q app, isn't it?
I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard to avoid enemy energy. We're talking to 1 out of 12, right, of the Zodiacs that you're trying to avoid. So, you know, if you look at the 50 states, you know, it's not hard to say, okay, this is the state that's for me, right? Or just avoiding that 1 out of 12 sign. It's not rocket science, you know. And whether people believe numerology or astrology is real is irrelevant. You know, the facts are the facts. And at this point, my only question when you see people like that who are so out of alignment, you know, they've married their enemy. My only question is it karma? And how much can the knowledge really get in the way of the karma? You know, should that knowledge get in the way of karma? I don't know. That's
a very big topic because, see, I believe in past lives. I believe your soul has contracts. So maybe, you know, there's a person who you meant to come together. He's a person you were meant to meet at that exact moment who your souls are connected with. Maybe you were meant to bring kids into this world as they're part of your soul tribe as well. But see, maybe just in this lifetime, you were born as enemy numbers or enemy signs because there was something between the two of you in the last lifetime. This we see in the family as well. When your parents or your kids or your enemy sign, most likely your souls are connected. In the last go around, there was something problem. So now you gotta go to the enemy year stuff to just work through it and figure it out. But hey, we gotta get back on track with some reading, right?
You got a lot of readings.
They're flying in. So let's do it. Puka 2025 with 20 pounds. Love from the UK. I was born on the 8/9/1988. You're starting security, lot business this year. How can I make the most money with pricing it, and what's the best date to register it? So since you're from the UK, I'm not really sure if you're born September 8th or you're born 9th of August, right? I would think he puts it our way, right? I would think he would put it our way, but let's focus on the stuff we can confirm. You're 7 light path dragon. 7 light path dragon is a very strong combination because see, a lot of sevens are very strategic. Sevens are the ones who wanna, you know, plan things out. They got the knowledge, they got the power of the mind.
8/19?
I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure if it's 8/9 or it's 9-8 because he's from UK, right? So I'm not sure. So I'm telling him guys stuff I can actually verify. So see, you're a 7 light path dragon. 7s are very smart. 7s are very intelligent, very strategic. And dragons, they operate off respect. This gives you the best of two worlds. You know, it's the most famous 7 light path dragon, don't you? Vladimir Putin. He's a dragon born on the 7th and the 7th light path. Very intelligent, very, very smart, and operates off respect, rules with an iron fist. You always see these combinations, you know, I call it Chico combinations. 7s are very fragile. 7s get injured the most. A dragon is the most durable. A dragon, someone born 2000, 1988, 1976, they can go through anything. You can't hurt her, you can't break down a dragon. They got the strength within them. So being a dragon and a 7, best of two worlds, just like Tim Duncan. See, Tim Duncan, a 7 life path, Mr. Fundamental. He was never injured, right? He was strong. That brother was a dragon. See how it always works like this, right? But anyways, when it comes to business, you're starting business this year. How can I make the most of money with pricing it? Price your products. Price your products in 8s. You got enough 8s in your birthday, shouldn't be a problem. You price your products in 8s to boost up your money. Let's say you're selling something for $12, make it $12.50. 1 plus 2 plus 5 is 8, right? You're selling something for $330, make it $350. 3 plus 5 is 8. You price your products in 8s, you make more money. Why do you think the Q app costs $35? 8 the money energy we're using our knowledge of self. And that's free game for any business owner out there. You price your products in 8, you're gonna get that money, right? So again, this is why you need the Q app. You're launching a business, you got co-workers you wanna ask about. You're looking for people to hire, get the Q app. You're gonna know if you should hire them or you shouldn't. You can apply Numerology every aspect of your life. So, and best date to register it, wait 1 second. Best date to register it, probably like a good 28 day coming up. So just gotta make sure, I don't know which month you're born, right? So probably before your birthday. Before your birthday this year, 1,000,000%. That's what I give you. Now, if you wanna, we want an actual date, want me to go through all of it, get a full reading, guys. You know where to find me. If you need those exact dates, you know how we do it here. I ain't gotta promote it. Now, you got something to say in between?
Just a quick note on how, get the Q app for you, but also think about getting the Q app for the people around you, right? That's kind of one of the hidden things, I guess, or misunderstood things about numerology. And one of my favorite things about it is that I can help so many people around me, my family, my friends, like even in an indirect way where I'm not directly telling them, you're this, you're that, I can guide them, I can consult them, right? And I've been doing this for the last few years, and it's just, I can confidently guide them or tell them, hey, you're running a business, price it in 8s. It just feels great to be able to actually help people with real knowledge and think about the people around you, and that's going to be the tough part with knowledge, right? Not everyone's going to be so studious or want to research or, get in the lab. But it's going to be on those who do to then, impact their circle. And that's where the ripple effect happens. That's where the tripling effect is gonna kick in. So,
and that's where you need the Q app. You gotta put it right. Gotta put that CTA for the clips. For my clippers, shout out to my clippers. All love to you guys. You're gonna cook this one up, I'm sure. Now we got Arsenio 369 with $10. Hey brother, you're 627, 1990. Currently living in Arizona, an 11 light path state. Want to move to Denver, Colorado, a 28 light path city. Colorado is my enemy state, but it's a 4 light path state. We're staying in AZB better. You are a horse. Why are you talking about going to your enemy state? Why would a horse born 1990 want to live in Colorado, founded the other rat? Don't make this mistake. Now, this is going to be the other horse. Why would you move to Colorado, a rat state, in the other horse when the state itself is going to the enemy year? Now I get it, Denver is a horse, right? So if you have to go to Colorado, you better be in Denver. But best case scenario, you're just gonna lose the benefits from being in a friendly state, friendly city. You as a horse, you should be in a friendly state, a friendly city, friendly county, friendly everything to really energy maximize, to take advantage. Put your birthday in a Q app, you learn the best place to live.
We got to start, promoting energy maxing because what are people doing? These are potholes, right? Every little mishap that you can make can almost be avoided with numerology and astrology. So why take that pothole when you've been given the lens, right? Gary gave us the lens to see this stuff, right? Again, shout out to GG33, the whole network, the whole community of knowledge and knowledge seekers. This is something that you shouldn't take lightly. You should take the lens, start looking at your life, look at your mom's life, your dad's life, start seeing how you can help the people around you and use that prescription that you've been given. It's a gift. I can't say that any any lighter, you know?
Makes sense. All right, next one. Tabios86 with 140 star. Again, no idea what this currency is, but we appreciate it. And that's called your friend 12/9/2005. 12/9/2005, a 1 light per rooster. As aggressive as it gets, right? That's a fighter. He's never wrong. He's always right. He's always gonna get in people's faces. He's always, he's gonna argue even if he knows he's wrong. A 1 light per rooster, you cannot convince him otherwise. He's wrong. He's losing in a debate. He's gonna overpower and shut you down. That's the 1 light bet. That's the rooster way. Now he's also born on the 9th. That brother's got an ego on him as well. God damn, a 1 light per rooster born on 9th. Tough combination. This guy's got into so many fights. he comes out of them on top, but sometimes you have a 9 energy. When the ego gets bigger than yourself, he's not good, right? So you know what the biggest problem with 9 energy I've seen is? Their ego gets so big, they start thinking everyone else is the problem and they're always right. Right? That's what holds 9s back. If you can't master your ego, you're not evolving, you're not adapting, you're not improving yourself and just running circles, doing the same shit over and over again, expecting different results. That's my advice to anyone born on 19th, 27th. Don't adapt around problems, fix them. A lot of people with 9, listen to this, a lot of people with 9 energy, something breaks, they just learn how to work with it. They just learn, figure a way out how to live with that problem. That's not gonna change shit in your life, right? You are 9, you gotta take responsibility, and that's the power of the Q app. You can learn about this stuff instead of shooting in the dark. Back to you.
No, the 9, I mean, it's easy, right? I think the ego is gonna automatically kind of put you into a mode of like deflect rather than reflect. So just take responsibility, as Tavid says, right? The ego could be so subtle, right? You'll meet a 9 life path, you'll meet someone with 9 energy, and like, you'll see it, but they won't. If you told them straight on, hey, that's your ego, they don't like that. They can't even see it themselves. So it's a really subtle thing. If you have that 9 energy, be aware, watch how you maneuver, try to, instead of defending and deflecting, reflect. If someone's giving you some advice, take it constructively, right? Don't let that ego, make you feel like you're too big for that advice. No, take it. You're here to be, kind of absorbing the environment around you. And I think any 9 who's like, deflecting and not taking that advice is kind of missing out. It's like you're meant to grow from that, right?
1,000,000%, bro. A lot of 9s need to take this advice. You see the fun. Oh wait, let's do some readings, bro. We got too many readings coming up. So hey, I'm here for all of them. 1/27/2004. Is this my enemy year? No, I believe you're born near the goat, so your next enemy year comes 2033, year of dogs. You got a long ways to go, brother. And hey, we got a 127 in here. We're gonna have another 127 coming on the stream in real soon. You wait for that, right? We got another guest coming in as well soon. And there's another 127, so I see look that as an alignment. So this is not your enemy year. Go hard, take action. Your time to shine. 11 personally as well. Your outlook at this life is gonna change. People go to 11 years, they start awakening. They start waking up, they start digging deeper. Expect your whole outlook to life and change. Now, Mikel Ballero with $20. Your son born 6/26/2020, rat, 11 light pad. He's only 5 years old. What type of advice would you give him, affect him, this horse here? His mother is a horse. Also, what does the 2s and the 6s and the 0s mean for my son? Thank you. Alright, so where do we start? So your son is 2020 a rat. He's gonna go through his enemy year 2026. My advice is very simple. You want him playing soccer? Don't put him in a soccer classes 2026. Don't start anything new for him. Don't make any new imprints for him. Don't put him in a new school. Don't move to a new house with him. Don't make any major things that have a lasting impact on his life. You want him to be good at something, make sure he doesn't start it in his enemy year, because that's only gonna bring problems. Now, next question. Your mother is a horse, so if your parents are enemy signs, and let's say the mother of your kid is enemy sign to the kid, you just gotta understand that, what works for her doesn't work for the kid. What works for the kid might not work for her. So make sure those two don't fight with each other too much. See, we live in a world that's full of polarity and duality. It's a corrupted matrix we live in. This matrix is absolutely corrupted. Think about Nick, the once full energy has been split into 12, right? Astrology, right? Once one whole energy split into 12 pieces. Part of the 369 matrix, right? But now you have enemy signs, enemy numbers that are just there to cause drama, that are just there to cause friction and problems and fights, and somewhere, somehow, a negative entity ruling this world is gonna feed off that energy from a mother and daughter fighting against each other against enemy signs. Don't fight with your kid if they're your enemy sign, because you're doing what the matrix wants you to do. Does that make sense? That's the advanced level of understanding energy. Sometimes shit happens, you get a kid who's enemy sign, make sure you don't fight with each other, make sure a rift doesn't form between the two of you. It's very, very easy. So he's 5 years old right now, pay attention. If at any point in his life, you see the mother and the kid kind of, you see something growing there, you see something started, the rift starting to form, stop that shit as quick as you can, because throughout the ages, it's only gonna get worse. So that's my advice for you. Next up, Terrence Morgan with $10. How should I approach a 9-year cycle in a 1 universal year? I should take this one. Yeah, I'm in a 9 personal year, in a 1 universal year cycle. So see, for you in this year, go hard, still take action, don't start new things, but work hard on everything you started before. Work hard on the things you have already going for you and perfect them. Perfect your craft, become better at what you do, improve, adapt, you learn. 9 is a lot about self-improvement as well. So people talk shit about 9s being vain and looks max and shit, but they don't realize, as a positive level of that energy, 9s are all here to improve. 9s are here to be better. 9s are here to take a concept and perfect it. Right? We look at a guy like Brian Johnson, right? The guy who's trying to live forever with artificial ways in reverse aging. That motherfucker, he's a 9 life path, right? So when you think of that concept of how he's operating, he takes the concept of longevity and then tries everything and perfects it, right? Tries to make it better, tries to make it the best. That's 9 life paths. 9s are not here to start their own things. 9s are here to take something and make it better. See, monkey is the 9th sign. People born near the monkey, 2004, 1992, 1980, they have the same strength. Monkeys can take something, reverse engineer it, and make it better. So now you understand why America was founded near the monkey. How many things has America taken from another country, another culture, brought it here, and made it better? How many things? Everything, right? That's how the Monkey Nation does it. So you see how astrology applies to so many aspects of your life. You want to learn more? Get the Q app.
Yeah, I would say the 9 also has like some childlike energy, right? And it's ironic that you have Brian Johnson, a 9 life path, which we can kind of say is potentially one of the first incarnations where there's
He's born on 22nd, so
there's a lot of learning.
He's born on 22nd. If you're a 9 life path born on 22nd, you're definitely not a young soul. I would make that claim. If you're a 9 life path, you're born on the 11th, you got that 11 in you, right? You're the 9 life path born on 22nd. You can't be the first incarnation with that energy, right? You're a master number. You had to earn being able to come down as a master number.
No, I just think it's ironic that it's a 9 life path trying to figure out and crack the code to longevity, right? And a soul who's been here many, many times is like, that's regardless, pointless. We got to recycle, we got to renew, So I just find that funny.
For sure. We got Hungry Fox Shorts with the 28 run in dollars, 888. I appreciate it. You're 9/19/2003, 33/6 life back goat. I am in social media currently. Hope a reading can help me. Also Q Plus member. How to use it for social media. So you want to learn your friendly and enemy numbers, right? First thing first, you want to learn your friendly and enemy months. Yep. You want to learn your friendly and enemy times, right? For example, in a content creation, we go live at a specific time. We start, we post videos at a specific time of the day that aligns with our own energy. So you see, I've given readings to artists. I gave them their good times. They started going on stage in the good times and got better results. I've given this to their comedians, right? There was a comedian I gave a reading to. I told him start going on stage at these times, and he did it. And right back to me 2 months later said, "This is great. He's getting more laugh," right? I've given this to literally influencers, like always posting videos in the lucky times. I actually gave a reading to a hedge fund manager in Miami, and I told him these are the times you should trade. These are the times you shouldn't. That easy at first, he was like, okay, I will test it out. 2 weeks later, he's like, Brian, what is this? This shit works. That's what you get in those full readings. Can I keep you here? Nope, that goes private because everybody's different. You want a full reading? Link in bio, GG33logic.com. You know where to find me.
That's what you get with the Q app.
That's what you get. You get the Q Toms in the Q app?
Soon.
Hey, I'm building the Q app that's gonna take me out of business, huh? What's going on there? I'm the one building that shit that's gonna take away my work. Is that what's gonna happen?
No,
again?
Absolutely not. It's gonna get your work out there. There's always gonna be the need for someone to, and think about this. We call them readings, right? That requires a person, right? So there's always that human element, and I think that's something that we're going to really get into big, and will be kind of a missing gap at Q, is the people aspect and connecting. You're not just relying on this tool, but hey, you have a human behind Q, like Tavid, or someone you can ask a real question to that's going to help you apply this life in real knowledge. And that's why I want to say that these are not readings, right? These are consultations, right? These are expert guidance. I drive around in South Florida and you see some of these like tarot shops and readings, spiritual readings. That terminology is just old school, and it just, to me, it's just a bad representation. It's not accurate, right? You walk into one of those shops and who knows what the hell those ladies might say to you. But you can rest assured that anything in the Q app is backed by logic, it's backed by data, it's backed by observation. We take a very empirical and scientific view of the world. That's the worldview here is not this, woo-woo thing, although there could be woo-woo, right? I mean, there are people who could tap into and read your energy, right? I've heard Gary say, if he closes his eyes, he can kind of tap into that energy a little bit more. Not saying he's psychic, but the idea that you can really get a better connection when talking to a human. So yeah, Q-App's not going to replace you.
I know it's
Q-App will be a tool for everyone,
worry.
but the human aspect will definitely, triple, 10x the value that tool provides.
The human, as more AI gets going, the human aspect is going to increase in price. And I'm not complaining.
Yeah, I mean, there's you have artificial intelligence is on the rise, of course, but with all that keyword artificial, people are going to be craving something real, right? So look to bring people real in this world that's going towards a massive uptick in artificial, and I think you'll find success, right? Mm-hmm. Real, right?
I'll give my thoughts about AI in a real bit. First, I want to go get the business done. Yeah, I don't hold back with that one. But hey, with Eric Tarula with $10, you're a man born 4/20/2004. Nice birthday, shout out to you. You're also a 3 life path born at 20th, so you got a 3-11 combination, just like I Show Speed, who's 11 life path born at 3rd. 11 and 3 combination dominates social media. XQC, 11 life path born at 12th. Again, 3-11 combination. You look at Mr. Beast, the 3 life path. You look at Eric, a 3 life path born on the 3rd, right? No matter where you look, the 3-11 combination dominates the social media. So you're a monkey born 4/20/2004. There is no excuse for you not being on social media. You should take someone who's an influencer, take a creator, copy what they're doing and do it yourself, do it even better. Exactly what I was telling before. This is your key to success. This is how you align your energy. This is how you take advantage of the energies you've been imprinted with. And that's why you need the Q app. We have a career section there now that's going to tell you what you should be doing and how you can make money, right?
The best proof of numerology is always going to be, the proof you find in yourself and the people around you. So, open your eyes to it. It's all around you. I find proof of numerology daily, right? And you can find it in social media.
Everywhere we look. But every time I'm scrolling Twitter, I'm seeing, hey, there's an example. For example, Kawhi Leonard, right? Kawhi Leonard moved to the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard got signed by Clippers, lost in Los Angeles. LA founded the of Dogs. Kawhi, born near the GOAT. He ruined that organization. Everything. He cooked that shit. Think about it, Hill. They lost all their picks. They lost SJ. They lost everything, right? It seemed like a good thing, but that was a GOAT going into Arc City, and it's not good for him. He's always injured as well, right? He doesn't perform well there, right? So that's the thing about numerology astrology. Once you learn these codes, these tools, anything you process, everything you go through in life, you always have an edge on everybody else. You know things, you see things in a clear way than other people because you have the power of knowledge on your side, or maybe you have the Q app in your pocket that you can whip out and be the master decoder yourself. That's the best way to learn nowadays, isn't it? Just get the Q app, start going through it, and in a couple of weeks, couple of months, you'll be an expert yourself. That's the power of it. We're bringing it to the people. We are teaching you guys to actually make the world a better place. The more people that think like this, the better world is, right? The more people that use the Q app, the better world gets. Absolutely. So anybody who feels a mission to help people, to make the world a better place, to wake them up, promote the Q app. We got an affiliate link for that as well. We got a 17% affiliate link for anybody who wants to actually work for the Q app. So send us a text and we'll go through the interview process. And if you qualify, you can get paid promoting the Q app. We giving jobs out here, literally, and you can make money by making the world a better place. Not many opportunities like this in this world to make money, is there? When you can make money and help people. Q app is one of them, guys. Tap in.
I mean, Q app is definitely an amazing tool, right? That has a ton of knowledge in it. And, it's really up to you to kind of apply that and take it to the real world.
1,000,000%. Hey, let's do some readings more. We got 11/26/1992, born near the monkey, life path 4, second to energy 8, life path cycle 28, 1, let's go. 12/20/1990, girlfriend, born near the horse, life path 6, second to energy 11/2, life cycle 5. That's a pretty good combination. I like that one. I think that's solid. She's a horse born at 20th. See, she's a 6 life path, right? So 6 life paths, they love being at home. They love getting cozy. They love being comfortable. But see, when she's a horse, she has to go out. She's born a horse, born on the 20th. You don't want her getting fat on the couch. You want her going out, running, working out. That's what's going to help her be the best version of herself. If that horse cannot go out there and, tire herself, she's going to get angry. She's going to get depressed. She's going to get more and more stubborn and just take it out on you. People who are horses, a very athletic sign. Mike Tyson is a horse. Kobe Bryant is a horse. People who are horses, they need that part of life fulfilled. A horse doesn't want to be stuck in a barn. A horsed animal wants to go out, wants to work, wants to run. So if you're dating a horse, remember, she needs to go out as well. Otherwise, you don't get the best version of herself. That's what you need to, that's the advanced insight you only get in the Q app.
Horses are also very stubborn. Keep that in mind.
No shit. Horses are the most stubborn people in the world. Brother, you tell a horse to go left, they want to go right. You tell a horse not to do something, they want to do it even more, right? People born 2002, 1990, 1978, they are stubborn as they come, right?
I think horses followed by like ones.
Horses and ones, pretty much. You
stubborn.
can say that. Now imagine he's a 1 life per horse. He's a 1 life per horse born at night. Shit,
it's a one universal horse year. Expect a lot of stubborn people.
For real, like a lot of people think about, part of the awakening, all the files coming out, people seeing the truth now, and if we going into a horse year with one energy, more and more people are gonna stand up and fight and do what needs to get done. That's the fire horse energy, the rebel, right? So this year, expect a lot of people waking up, getting angry. They've been lied to for years and years and years. They finally have the cover taken away from their eyes and they can see the truth for what it is. So you can expect a lot more of this coming up in 2026 and we'll be there to teach everybody who's awakened. Anybody looking for the next thing, the Q app is here for it. Get the Q app, start learning, and raise your frequency through knowledge.
The Q app not only brings you the knowledge and the tool that's evolving, right? We're not going to stop doing this, right? We're going quickly from an app to a full-fledged company that's looking to innovate and bring technology into the metaphysical space, right? And the point that I want to bring up here is, while it's a tool, while it's knowledge, we also offer a very strong community, right? And that's something I think that's going to be extremely important going into the future. Finding a group, finding a collective of minds, of people, of network that you can work with, that you can share ideas with, get advice from. Like we have this Discord. I mean, we see people asking questions daily. And we're going to keep finding ways to get this to be more interactive, more kind of community driven. Just expect, that's what makes us different, right? I mean, we have, of course, the most elite knowledge, but then we have this community that's kind of growing behind the scenes. And ultimately, this community is going to be the minds. It's not just one mind. It's not one mastermind. It's a mix of minds who are all mastering to create a new product and, bring suggestions to the platform and just grow it, right? And like Tabit said, I mean, 17% commission. If anyone is really, truly, passionate about numerology and astrology, we'll be taking interviews for those of you who are, passionate about getting this message out, right? We've all gotten this message. It's like some of us will kind of spread it further.
100%. So let's go through some readings. Ernesto with $10. Happy to see you in. Ernesto, I know this. I recognize this one. 1/3/1988. A cat, male, New Jersey. Currently work as a courier at a hospital, making close to minimum wage. You feel stuck. I'm scared of sales. So what type of sales? Thank you. Wife is 7/4/1989. So you're a 3 life path born a 3rd. If you're scared of sales, if you're scared to talk with people, you're missing out from that aspect of your life. See, when you're a double 3, you're a 3 life path born on a 3rd, and you're not good at talking. Let's say anybody who's a 3 and they're shy. They're not good at talking. They don't want to open a conversation with other people. You're just missing out. This is what you're here for. This is your lesson. You came down as a double 3 to become that, to learn that, to get better at talking, and to be aligned with your own energies. Numerology isn't meant to always be easy. A lot of 1 life paths out there who aren't leaders, right? It's their mission. They're going to be put into those roles to take the stand, to own up to it, and to become a leader. So use a double 3, you will be put in those situations throughout your lifetime where you have the chance to network, when you have the chance to meet people.
Connect.
And if you just miss out, connect starts with C, the 3rd letter, and if you don't do it, you miss out, you fail the test, on to the next one, right? So that's what you gotta really come to terms with. Okay, so let's for double 3, when it comes to money, let me answer your question without, just be sounding smart. Like online store, right? Sales isn't just about, talking in person. Have a store online, make sales online, figure something like that out. social media. Have a channel, you don't gotta put yourself in there. You can have a faceless channel promoting a product to your Shopify store and your DoubleTree taking advantage of energy. That's my advice for you.
Yeah, I mean, create, right? 3 is a number of creation. So, I don't think you'll find a lot of happiness in a routine, right? Being a 3. That 9 to 5 may not be the best for you. That kind of typical sales job may not be the best for you. You need to be a connector of people. I was going to say something like recruiting, which is really just connecting, a job with a person, right? And you get to talk to people. It's not like hard sales. No, you're doing people a favor. You're trying to help them find that next career. So recruiting space, treated me well. I enjoyed connecting with people and working on my communication that way. But the day and age that we're living in, I mean, anyone listening should understand that entrepreneurship and trying to launch something or create something is your biggest kind of opportunity right now. We have technology that, just 6 months ago wasn't possible. Like what would have taken you in a team of like 10 people a year to do, a single person can now accomplish. So, get into creating, whatever it may be. I think everyone has the potential to create, and the secret to that is in your birthday. What your highest potential is in your birthday, and when you use the Q app, you're going to know exactly what it is that you could potentially create.
Hey, that's a 3 life path on a 3rd. You should have side hustles. People who are 3s, they need side hustles. They need to do a little bit of everything, right? If you're 3 life path upon a 3rd, 12th, 20th, 21st, 30th, have different projects going on. Have a side hustle here. Have a little store here. Do everything, right? Be a jack of all trades kind of person. Best advice for you as a 3. You want to learn more? Get the Q app. You see how I put that, in the end of it? I love that. Anyways, let's get through some readings. Fosco with 280 NOK. That's like $28. Fosco, appreciate the 28. How are you guys doing today? Doing pretty good, huh? Enjoying the one day here in sunny Miami.
It's finally getting sunny down here.
It's a good weather today as well, huh? For sure. I appreciate all the work you both been putting on in Q. We appreciate your thanks.
Thank you.
I'm starting a new social media brand with my business partner. What are some good days to launch? We born 11/3 to 1999. So that's 12/9/1999.
I like that day, 11/3.
So on a 3, we want to look for a 3 day, but we gotta avoid the 3 life path day for obvious reasons. Your friends are 4 life path. 4 life paths shouldn't start things on a 3 life path day because 4 and 3 enemy numbers, right? So you want to watch out for that whoopsie and start it, for example, on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, 30th, because you as well looks like you're born on the 3rd and your friend's born on the 9th. That's pretty good, right? So let's look at February, the 3rd, 12th, 21st, and the 3rd of February. What are these? These are not probably... depends on what the channel is about as well, right? So what the channel account is about.
That's like a deeper consultation type of question, right? Where
I want to give them something. I like the 28th February for you guys. 28th of February is very solid. It's a 22/4 type of day. And should work very good based on both of energies. Go with 20th of February. Because again, when it comes to like starting a social media platform, you're both right now under friendly energy to do it on. No time to waste, right? 28th of February, get videos ready. And it's not just about launching the social media or like starting it. It's about the first video you post. That's what people don't realize about imprinted energy. It's not when you buy a car on paper, it's when you drive it for the first time. You don't make the imprint of a new wallet when you order it online. You make it when you receive it and put your money in it. That's the first imprint. Just like, you don't start a relationship when you go on a first date. You start a relationship when 2 people sleep together for the first time, right? That's imprinted energy at a higher level. That's what makes the difference. Doing things on the right time. When you start the first job. When you go into a new country for the first time. See, I apply this information. The first time I came to America was May 23rd, 2023. It was an 8 life path day in the year the cat. I'm a cat. I was in a 33 personal year. And that's the imprint I will have for life when it comes to America in this reincarnation, right? And every time I come here, it's great times because I imprinted it with 8 energy. I always make money in Miami. I always make money in Miami when I come here, right? So again, first imprint matters. This is how you program and, essentially blueprint your life. When you start a new job, when you start a new business, when you get married, these main important imprints in your life, you get the Q app, it's going to tell you what's the right time to do it.
I mean, if these things were not important and Tabit was just blowing smoke, right, and telling you about imprinted energy, if they were not important, why has every single date across all of time been documented? Why do every business put the year on their business?
So every business is a founding date. Every event happened on a date. Any person has a birthday, right? This is the one thing that connects everything The numbers.
Everything.
The numbers connect everything. There we go. The God code, as the Chi calls it, right? So let's go a couple more readings. Let me see it here.
The study of life, you know?
Study of life. Ain't that
Numbers,
the truth?
you could tie numbers back to everything, you know? Down to the numbers in your bank account, down to the people around you. Everything breaks down and comes back to numbers. And, you know, you have to have the lens.
All right, Agile Cat 88, you my mother 1225 1956 monkey. So your mother is in luck. 2028 is coming one of the best years in her life. 2028 is her time to start a new business, she might be not starting a business, she's a bit older, but nothing's gonna stop her from doing it. 2028, the potential for her is limitless. Guys, people born near the monkey, 2004, 1992, 1980, even 1956, 2028, the monkey year, will be the best time in your life for everything. You know why? Because the year has a 28 on it. See, that's the only year in our lifetime that's gonna have the 28 in there. Next time is 2128. I don't plan on being around until that long, right? And that's a rat year. That ain't gonna be as good for the monkeys anymore. So people born near the monkey, 2028 is your golden ticket year. Launching a business, opening a bank account, buying a new wallet, anything you do, 2028, that's your time to shine. That's where you need to use Numerology astrology to blueprint out your life. What I'm doing this year, what I'm doing that year, and the Q app has a tool for this. Q app has a tool that blueprints your energy for the next 5 years, doesn't it?
I mean, you can use a lot of the different tools in there. The AI tools can kind of tell you what the personal cycles are going to be. But, I mean, when it comes to the monkey going into 2028 or anyone going into their energy, right, just look at it like this. You're on the come up. You're going to hit a peak here in 2028. So what you do now is in the blue, like the framework that you lay out now, how you apply numerology across the next 2 years, that's how you reach the highest potential on that peak. It's not, oh, I'm here, now I'm going to do a bunch of work now. No, you're on the rise.
You get ready for it. You know your time to shine is coming up. Now you think, what can you do in 2026, 2027 to make 2028 even better? Same for dragons. Yes, 2028 is amazing for people born near the dragon and monkey are best friends.
Yep.
People born 2000, 2012 even, right? 1988, 1976, you're the dragon. 2028, again, your golden ticket year. Just like in 1928, another dragon year, start looking back in 1928. You're going to see a lot of moves made by rats, dragons, and monkeys that built up wealth. The same chance is going to be for 2028. Again, Gary has a lot of predictions for that time, right? The economy might, I'm not really a financial guy, right? When it comes to making those long-term predictions, so I'll leave that for the experts. But see, dragons, no matter what happens in the world, dragons, rats, and monkeys are still going to have that opportunity in 2028 to make very strong imprints. No matter if it's raining outside or the sun is shining, everything is good, that's going to be your time to shine regardless, because if you don't use it, you lose it. That's the thing about energy. Sun always goes down in the evening, comes up in the morning, bringing another day, another week, another year, right? You could have the best year of your life, energy-wise. You could have the best year, the best month, the best life that day. You only get it 24 hours that day. If you don't do something that day, it's gonna go to waste. No one's gonna care. No one's gonna know about it. That's why it pisses me off the most. There's people in my DMs saying, oh, this was supposed to be my best year. Nothing happened. I start talking with them. Turns out they didn't do anything.
Come on.
What the fuck? You can't expect different results doing the same shit.
You gotta put the work in.
When it's your own year, 1,000,000%. When it's your own energy friendly year in astrology, you gotta double up. You gotta go hard, take action, make things happen, not sit around and wait for something to happen. See, my favorite example with this is Tom Brady. Tom Brady born 1977, year of the snake, won his first Super Bowl 2001, year of the snake. See, the snake won his own snake year, but see, that's what started off for him, but he was the backup quarterback. Tom Brady was supposed to be there. The main guy, Drew Bledsoe, got injured, and the snake got his lucky chance in the year of the snake, right? So, but see, he had to be ready for it. Tom Brady had to be on that bench. If he was home watching the game on TV, shit would have happened, right? That's the thing. When it's your own year, put yourself in those situations to get lucky and take advantage of this energy. Once every 4 years, we get a friendly year, right? So people born near the cat, cat, goat, and pig. We got 2027, the goat year, 2031, the pig year, 2035, the next cat year, 2039, the next goat year. Once every 4 years, you live your life in such a way that big moments happen in those years.
Yep,
Make sense?
Makes perfect sense. And like on the flip side of that, right? You can be coming up and be a monkey going into 2028. On the flip side, you could be a rat right now, born 1984, 1996, 2008, and you're on the down, right? You're just about to get hit right now. You're about to jump into that low period. With that being said, start to wrap things up, right? Understand that this is going to be the time to lay low. The potential is lower, right? If you take a big risk, it's not saying it's not going to pay out, but the chances are much lower. So think about it like that, right? And then going into 2028, that'll be the good kind of revenge of the rats, right? That 1 of 4 years that comes
Revenge
around.
of the Sith, yeah.
The rats kind of get their
Revenge
comeback
of the
there
Sith.
with the monkey. So
Yeah, the rats are gonna be kicking back then, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I would say the
Anyways.
rat does better with the dragon, right?
Then a monkey?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you can make the claim.
Yeah,
Might be something with the 1 and 9 there. yeah.
maybe.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got Jesus Magallan 7742 with $10. Appreciate it. 1031 2004 male. QApp says I'm a 11 life path. Can I get a reading? Yes, you're born 1031 2004. You add the birthday up. 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 4 adds up to 11. So you're on an 11 life path. You're an old soul. You're very passionate, charismatic, but you can be very emotional. You can have really ups and downs when it comes to emotions and really flip through that, right? So at one point it's the best, next moment you guys feeling the worst, right? 11s always have that volatility and uncertainty and a little bit of chaos within them. But what's going to balance you is you being born at 31st. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4s are very hardworking. 4s are very consistent. 4s are very conservative. So you see this combination, 11 and 4, how you look at both things together. You as a person are meant to work hard on your passion. You take your 4 energy, your work ethic from the 4, and you drive and ambition from the 11. Put those two together, you're an unstoppable force to be reckoned with. But you have to love what you do. You're a monkey as well. If you get bored from your 9 to 5, you get bored, or you're doing something, you're not there, you're not really into it, you're just there for making money, that's never going to work for you as an 11. Turn your passion into a career. That's going to be the difference maker for you. And again, I'm not saying this to everybody. I'm saying this to someone who's an 11 life path, born the 31st, the 11-4 combination. You look at two things together, the life path and a date, and get the best of both worlds. That's advanced numerology. That's what you get from us in the Q app.
Yeah,
Make sense?
Yeah, 4 is kind of like the logical, right? And then 11 is kind of the intuitive. So you're getting the
Good
best
balance,
of both
yeah.
worlds right there. I mean, if you got to tap in.
For sure. All right, we got Kaylin with $8. 23rd October 2003, Q Lifetime member. Family, let's go. Starting business this year. And we'll be joining GG33 Silver soon. Any advice for the next year? Join with my link. You join in Silver, use my affiliate link, GG33logic.com. Well, I appreciate it. Why not, right? Why not, bro? What are we doing here?
Why not?
Hey, it doesn't hurt you, does it? Anyway, so you're 23rd of October 2003. Let's see, you're on 11 life path. You want to start a business this year. You are a 5, 6. I get it. So let me think. So honestly, right now should be more about for you for gaining experience. Because I'm telling you, you have a very, very big chance that you're coming up. You saw Rasa? He's born October 23, 2003. So right now, he's in a 6 year. 2026, you go into a 7 year. 2027, you go into an 8 year. So see, for a couple of months after your birthday, 2027, you have your own GOAT year, and you will be in an 8 personal year. That's going to be the best time, one of the best times in your life for starting something new. Next time you get that energy is 2063. Think about it, the next time you will be in an 8 cycle and your own GOAT year is 2063. It's that crazy, right? So you got a lot of time coming up to get the same level of friendly energy. So when it comes to launching your official business, when it comes to getting those LLCs in, getting those things that you can build up for years to come, that's going to be 2027 after your birthday. So it could be 2028 January. See, I hyped out 2028 for monkeys, dragons, rats. They didn't realize the first 26 days of 2026 is still you're the GOAT. You see what I'm saying? From January 1st to January 26, 2028 is the year of the GOAT with that 20th energy. So pigs, cats, and goats, I just gave you life-changing information. You want to pay us back? Get the Q app, join the family, and we all, make money together, won't we?
Cats are going to be doing some big things for sure.
That's my enemy month, unfortunately.
Especially the 1999
I'm
cats.
kind of hands behind my back at that time because that's my enemy month.
Mine too, right?
We have some couple of days in January. We could do it, but it's still a Cancer season. It's Capricorn season, right? We're in the Cancer, so we'll figure it out. But anyways, for you guys, for you especially, that 2003, that's the time to shine. So use the next couple of years as a building blocks to get better at anything you do. Get experience, learn, and figure out what can you do now to make 2027 even better. Take action, go hard, be ambitious, right? I'm not telling you to wait. I'm telling you to start, go all out. But don't expect this to be the end all go all, right? expect this one to be here as the learning experience. So you can gain experience to do it better when the energy is really in your favor. Make sense?
I mean, you're basically telling them that timing is everything.
You should say that, boys. Let's hear it.
Yeah, timing's everything, right? Timing is, it's how you maneuver, and I think no one can deny that fact, right? You'll have a lot of people who say, yeah, I don't know about numerology, astrology, but if you told them timing's everything, they're going to say, yeah, absolutely. So it's like, there's a bit of a block with the masses right now, but I know anyone listening here is tapped in, so you guys know where this is headed, right? You know how to leverage this knowledge, and that's going to be the biggest edge. You know, you guys getting into this earlier before the massive wave. I mean, I do look forward to a future where, you know, my grandkids are using software maybe developed by Q or designed by myself one day that is teaching them through the lens of numerology, right? Teaching them history, mathematics, science, all through the lens of numerology. So it's an interesting time to be alive, isn't it?
It sure is. So on to the next one. TXX7VNE with $10. Appreciate it. Birthday 12/4/1998. The 7 Light Bad Tiger born on a 4-day. Your goal is to become an AI developer engineer. Shout out to the mastermind behind Q, Nick. There you go, Nick. You got some love for the 7 Light Bad Tiger. So anyways,
Thank you.
7 Light Bad Tiger is a good combination because tigers really aren't the smartest, are they? Tigers aren't the smartest of the bunch. And again, a lot of tigers are gonna get offended by this, right? There's no point. If there's 12 signs, one of them has to be the smartest, one of them has to be the dumbest. It just happens to be the tiger. It is what it is. But see, numerology always supersedes. Just 7 Light Bad and a tiger. 7 tiger is a smart combination. Steve Wozniak, 7 Light Bad tiger, built up a computer, right? Or he was born in 7th. Or no, he was 7/11.
He's a 7 Light Bad.
He's a 7 Light Bad? Yeah. There you go. Yeah. I don't make mistakes. So anyway, 7 Light Bad tiger, getting technology. You're doing the right thing. You're born on a 4th, which is a very analytical mind, a very strategic mind for understanding systems, operations. I feel like you're doing the good thing. You're going to have success with it, getting into those sort of projects.
7-Eleven.
I told you 7-Eleven. I know my birthdays, brothers. I see, after I learned numerology, I feel like 50, 60, 70% of my brain power is birthdays now. Yeah, I hear someone's birthday once, it's imprinted in my brain forever. Whether it be someone's sister, someone's mother, someone's friend, I hear it once, I'm instantly gonna know. That's how I profile people. I don't remember names, I remember birthdays, you know? But that's, you know, must be a method to the madness. All right, let's go a couple more. Yeah.
It's really awareness, right? I mean, you've trained your brain to a level of awareness that most people don't fathom, frankly. You know, awareness because the knowledge is what enables that awareness, right? You understanding all that energy and how it operates is ultimately what's making you have this understanding of it. So,
see, people love saying knowledge is power, but see, 7 is number of knowledge, 8 is number of power. You need +1 taking action to get from 7 to 8. You gotta apply this information for it to really work.
You gotta learn before you earn.
Exactly. A lot of people talk about, you know, high vibration, raising the frequency, doing Kumbala, doing yoga, doing all this bullshit, trying to, you know, fake it being the high vibration person, right? We've seen everywhere there's fake people like this thinking they're so spiritual when in fact they're just, you know, at best doing it temporarily. The only thing that really raises your vibration is learning, advanced information, and then acting on a decreased level of wisdom. Because knowledge is frequency. The more higher information you can attain, the more you see the truth, the more you realize what's going on, instead of being a sheep, you know, following the crowd, the higher your particle spin rate, literally on your pineal gland, it's gonna be, right? And now you take action based on the knowledge, it's gonna put you into a better and better timeline. So imagine, let's talk about timelines for a second.
Before you go on, knowledge without application is purely entertainment, right? And if you're not applying it and you're not putting it into action, right? What are you doing?
Makes sense.
What are you doing?
Makes sense. Now let's do some reading before I start talking about timelines and get into the
the
good stuff. Jose Carcamo 3045 with $28. Appreciate it, brother. David Nick, shout out to the 305 GG33, the Q team. 10/27/1994. Can you let me know if being in a place of or relationship with a 50% compatibility is valid? How can you deal with stress the more you go up in position or life? So you're a 33 born on the 27th, right? You're a 33 life path, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I did it correct. So you're 33-6, right? But you definitely have the 32 energy within you. If you're in a compatibility relationship with a 50, not really gonna help you out. That's the thing. You're gonna have to work harder for, you know, making it work. There's not gonna be those freebies. So let's say you get, you know, a horse and a dog get together. A 7 life path and 11 life path get together. Everything's gonna make more sense. Everything's gonna come easier, right? That's the thing about, bro, don't play with those. It's gonna listen to Mike. Thank you. So, what I was talking about. Oh yes, when you have those high compatibilities
Go
in
with
your
the flow.
relationships, things just make more sense. That's half of the battle. You find someone you're 70, 80, 90% with, everything else is gonna make more sense. Can you be together with someone who's a 50? Of course, but you gotta work harder and you gotta understand their energies. You gotta understand where your differences come from. What are the things you gotta work with? What are the bumps you gotta get through, right? So you didn't give me their birthday. How can I help? How can I help with just one birthday telling how you should go about it in a relationship? I can talk about you. You're 33, born on 9 day. See, we say 9s have a big ego, 33s have a huge ego. So when you're 33, born on a 9 day, that's the thing you gotta manage. Control the ego. Don't let your ego get hurt within a relationship. There's gonna be a lot less problems. Make sense? That's the best thing I can tell you, honestly, right? You control the ego. Don't be tripping out on stuff. Don't get hurt when it comes to your love life. Your partner, right? Don't let ego get in the way of that. You'll have much less problems, many less headaches, and waste much less time. That make sense?
Save your energy. The more knowledge, the more aware you are, the less triggered you could be.
For real. You see, it's an 11 day. Let's see, it's 11 light per day. It's an 11 day. Someone starts tripping with you. Someone comes talking shit. Let it be, don't take the bait. That's the matrix trying to bait you. Pay attention, always on the 11th, 20th, and the 29th. People come up to you, try to test you. People come up to you, try to, act funny, right? Then why are they doing this always in 11 days? Because they are low vibrational people. They get affected more with the 11 energy. That 11 energy causes people to trip and go crazy and start slipping. So you want to be a high vibrational person. You see it's an 11 day, don't take the bait. Don't go along with the fight. They get emotional, you keep calm, go walk away, and everybody's energy is gonna be saved, especially yours. That's the power of knowledge. And you go to the Q app, the new calendar, you're gonna see it's gonna tell you today's an 11 day, play safe, watch out. Nick, what can we tell about the calendar in Q app?
We've gone above and beyond to bring knowledge to everyone who downloads that app, meaning whether you pay or not, our goal and our mission remains the same. And more features will be available to free users. More and more features, of course, will be available to Q Plus users, and even more for our lifetime members. But what you got to understand is, with what we have in there as at a free level, right? You just scroll through the Qs. You see some founding dates that interest you. Great. You may grab some insight. You just go to the calendar. You're getting the first 2 slides there, 100% on us, right? You're getting the day's energy, some to-dos, some not to-dos. Then you go into the life path of the day, and you'll get the same thing, right? Of course, with the emphasis on the life path. But my point is, right there, we're giving a free daily calendar. Why? Because we care about this. It's not just about, of course, it's a business. Yes, we have to keep the lights on and keep innovating and keep hiring people. The team has grown, right? From, I'd say, me and the founders and a few developers to now over 15 people. So we need to keep investing back in the queue so that we can keep bringing you more value. But yeah, what I'll say is free users are getting a steal from us. Something I don't think Gary would like that, honestly. But
anyways, check the Q calendar, daily insight, daily updates, how to align with your energy to take advantage. That's the Q calendar.
Absolutely.
Next up, we got it. We did this one book out with 10 pounds. You have the Q up. It's August 9, 1988. All right, so he's born on the 9th of August. So you got the 9 energies as well. You have 7 life path, born on the 9th. Very intelligent combination. See, the 7-9 combination is the combination that gets the most readings from me. This is the combination that's most interested in this knowledge. 7 life paths born on the 9th and 9 life paths born on the 7th, 16th, 25th.
Makes sense.
If you have this combination, learn numerology, learn astrology. This comes naturally for you, and you can have these tools in your life, this cheat code advantage that other people don't. If we start looking at the life paths they're using the Q app, I think we'd find many 7-9 combinations, 9-7 combinations, because this knowledge, this vibration is aligned with the esoteric world. So you, sir, should go hard at it as well. You're definitely watching the right stream. You have the 7 life path on the 9th watching this stream. You're doing the right thing, brother. You're already on the right path. You'll do great. All right.
It's interesting the type of people that come across this knowledge, or like a stream or a post from Gary, because it was almost like that was presented to them, right? And it was up to them to then investigate further. What's this? Can I learn more? And the people who don't, they kind of missed out, and that was like an opportunity there. And those who do, obviously, you get to.
Yeah. So the question is, do people find GG33 Or does GG33 find the people?
I have a feeling that the right people are getting that content, especially now, as early as it is, right? I think that topic will change as time goes on, but anyone really diving into this at this stage is way ahead of the herd, essentially.
For sure. For real. And it's only gonna get better. Yo, we got Mac Damarisho with $10, Pony the Monkey, Life at 4, Secondary 8, Life Cycle 1. You didn't give me the birthday, but what I'm supposed to do with this information, right? You gotta give me the birthday if you want a good insight. You gave me the basics, right? I can figure that out myself. You want a reading? Make sure you include your full birthday, my friend. But see, you're currently living in North Dakota, planning on moving to Virginia in the summer of 2027. How can you make money before and after moving? So again, I don't really know your energy, but you're 4 life path born on date. The money ain't gonna come easy for you, brother. You wanna get paid, you gotta work for it. If you're 4 life path born on the 8, you ain't winning the lottery. You ain't getting cheat codes. You ain't gonna get, free handouts. If you want something, you gotta work for it. That's what makes a 4 a 4, right? So many people talk to me in this reading, say, why am I a 4? Why am I born in a 4th? Why do I gotta work all my life? 5 has travel, 8 has money, 11's got charisma. Why the hell I gotta work my whole life? These 4s ask me. And you know what I tell them? Work means whatever you want it to mean. You could be a 4 life path working as a wagey, working hard, being consistent. You could be a 4 life path working hard on your dreams, on your goals, on your hobbies. Matthew McConaughey, an actor, 4 life path born in the 4th. He always credits his work ethic. He said in an interview he doesn't really vacation. His family vacation is when he takes his family with him to shoot. So even when the 4 is vacationing, he's actually there to work. See, that's how the 4 thinks. You look at someone like Drake, a 4 life path, very consistent, right? He's always there, right? Years go by, he's always there. He's always in the picture. He's very consistent when it comes to his career. People with 4 energy, they get to the top through the work ethic. Russell Westbrook, 4 life path, hard-working dragon, right? Works hard on and off the court. He's not lazy. So you're 4, you can do whatever you want, but make sure you take your work ethic and turn that into bigger strength. That's the best advice for people with 4 life paths or born on 4, 13, 31st. Want to learn more? Get the Q app.
I think Drake works really hard just to keep up with that lifestyle, right? I think 4s can probably afford anything they're willing to work for.
Makes sense. He's a tiger. Tigers love that lifestyle, but we'll talk about that later. We got so many readings still to do, bro. I'm here for it. Thank you. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for giving us content to do. I'll be here to give you that value, give you what you pay for, and share my knowledge and extend, in a sense, the knowledge of Gary and GG33 and offer it to you at an easier price. Let's be real, $10, for a reading. Y'all getting a good deal out here, right? So let's keep it good. Let's keep it that way. All right, who we got next? We got Chris Sutter, my brother Chris Sutter. That's from the Q Lifetime. I think gave a reading to him as well. 425 1998, 66 1998. How is compatibility for a relationship? Got a reading from Gary in 2022, and he told me that marriage is not for me. Brother, you're born on the 25th, 2 plus 5 is 7. So see, people born with 7 energy, they always fail in marriages. So you said before, Nick, I forgot this, but you asked a question about the people who get into incompatible relationships. Why do some people get married to the enemy sign? Why do some people get married on the enemy year? You start looking at birthdays, a lot of these people are 7s. 7 is the number I've seen in the readings most likely to get into incompatible relationships. Getting married in the enemy year, getting married to enemy sign, enemy numbers. The 7s just fall into those traps more and more than anybody else. So looking at this birthday, honestly, this compatibility is very, very neutral all across the board. She's 6'6", right? She's a tiger, born 6'6". So when it comes to family, most tigers ain't about that. But she born 6'6", 1998, can definitely make it work. So if you guys are loyal to each other, you can be together your whole life. You don't need the ritual of marriage. That's the trick for 7s. How can you get divorced when you never get married? So again, you can have a union. You can have a love that's based on something much more stronger than any government file or government document. You don't need to go through that process as a 7, because then you open up the door for something going wrong later on.
That's
knowledge.
7s should take the more spiritual approach. I agree. You don't need the material, the documents. That makes a lot of sense. So, what was I going to mention? I probably got to jump in about 28 minutes or so. I was just looking at the timing of things.
Hey, we got Nick for 28 minutes. You guys have questions for Nick? Let's keep them coming.
Yep.
So we got until then Tabioso 86 with Tsar 140. Your father born 24/3/1976, a dragon. Enemy sign of me, you're 2006, and my sister 2018. Does this deals past life karma, and Tsar is South African currency? All right, brother. So yes, exactly what I was saying. Your father is a dragon. The father's 2 kids are both dogs. There's some NM energy going between there. Something happened past life. There's some karma you gotta deal with in a bloodline. So make it good, heal it, fix it. Try not to add any unnecessary depth already to that, karmic bill. That's my advice for you. So definitely something to look deep into it and to tap in to the past life energy. In another lifetime, you might have been your dad's father, right? Your dad and a sister, they might have been brother and sister, and you were the father. In another lifetime, you might have been brothers, and the daughter is the mom of you two, right? So again, I believe family, your souls are connected. The same people you reincarnate, in your family, in, the one you married, your kids, right? This is your soul click, and you come together in each different lifetime. That's what I believe. And, looking at through numerology, astrology, seeing these different combinations. How many people we've seen, let's say, they're born on the 14th, the daughter's born on the 14th, the grandma's born on the 14th. Seeing synchronicities within the bloodline speaks of past life connections. Everyone's born on the 5th, right? There's something going in there. Someone's a goat, the father's a goat, the grandma's a goat. That's alignment of energy, and you can apply the same thing by planning when you have kids. That's the power of the Q app.
There's a great feature inside the Q app that's not very highlighted, but it's on the profile under tools. It's called Family Tree or Manager Relationships, and it does just that, right? It has a bit of a family tree you can fill in and quickly kind of compare compatibility between family members, friends, etc. And one little note I wanted to make about that compatibility score, right? The compatibility checker that we created, it's based on essentially a proprietary algorithm that we've put together with the team, with the experts, with Gary. And what I want to say is, part of me wants to say any percentage could work. It's just, let's say you land at 50%. You can work your way up to 70%, but you can also destroy your way back down to 30%. What are you doing in that relationship? What actions are you taking? So it's, when you get that percentage, consider it a starting point. And do you really want to work that hard on a 20% relationship and get all the way to 60 maybe, just so the point is go with the flow. If you're starting with anything over 50, 60, 70, now you got a little more alignment going in the flow. Of course, I'm not telling you to divorce your 30-year wife if you guys get a 30% or whatever, but you'll know why you maybe had a lot of these issues and have been able to overcome them. You took that 30 to a 60, right, over the course of your marriage. So that's the idea, right? It's just there's the probability of things going better or worse, and that's your starting point. I have 50% with my wife. It took 6 years to really lock it in. You know what I mean? So it was marriage is something that I think everyone should be really, really keen on finding at a young age. And my thing is, that's going to help you manifest better as a man, right? I think you leave the kind of energy, kundalini stuff to the women. They'll do the energy work, the manifesting, and then you just go do the man stuff. You go act. You go bring things into this world.
Yeah. So when you look at the word manifest, man, efi. Notice how it's in there. Manifest. Man, female, plus, minus, positive, negative coming together, the yin and the yang of this matrix.
I like that.
This unlocks, yourself as a man having the right woman next to you. That's the power of numerology, astrology, understanding compatibilities. Getting someone next to you that's going to complement you and actually boost you up in life instead of dragging us down, right? That's again, we're proof in the pudding. We don't have these problems most people have in relationships. My woman's loyal, I see the birthday, and I also know how I can work around it. I know what are her weaknesses, how I gotta deal with her. Understanding your partner's energy just is a cheat code in relationship. It makes everything else so much easier. That's where you need the Q app. Now let me do some readings if you don't mind. Apps, YouTube with $10.
I'm gonna take a step out for a second.
All right.
Be right back.
Apps, YouTube, you're coming back, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Apps, YouTube with $10. What's up, David and Nick? Hey, Nick just left. Just me here now. Just kidding. 8/31/2005, male. Mom, 8/17/1970. Currently in 3 personal year. Mom, 7 personal year. How can collaborate and benefit towards selling a business or financial level? So are you working together with the mom, or why do you give me the 2 birthdays and ask different questions? So let's just start with you. You are you are one life by rooster, born at 31st, right? So again, you gotta work like clockwork. You are one life by rooster. You gotta operate within a system. You gotta operate within a structure, within routine, going step by step, going day by day, building out your own system and following it. Roosters are best when they have like clockwork. You go to sleep at the right same time, you wake up at the same time, you have control over your life. That's what you need as a one life by rooster, born on the 4th. Wanna learn more? Get the Q app. So let's see your mom. You see where did it go? Just a second, I'm scrolling, I'm finding it. All right, your mom's is 8/17/1970, so she's born near the dog. and she has 6 life paths, right? Or is she 33? Nice, she's a 33. There you go. So your mom's a 33. That affects you as well. If one of your parents is a 32 life path, that does have an effect in you as well. That's new information, how your parents' energy works a lot with who you are as a person as well. Both my mom and dad are 11 life paths. See, that's how, I told Gary this. Gary's like, that's where you get it from. So your parents have a huge impact on your energy as well. So you want a full reading, you want to decode your energy, start looking at your bloodline as well, or get the Q app, we'll walk you through it. So any benefit, how can collaborate and benefit towards the selling a business and a financial level? I mean, working together with her next year, definitely a good idea. Definitely. She's a dog going into an 8-person horse here. You can definitely work together with her, involve her in your business somehow, some way, and take advantage. For sure it can work. All right, Renee K28, then Bucks 127 2004. You're a monkey. My best friend is a 1 life path. Does that me being born at 27 make us enemy numbers? No, not at all. Like I said before, compatibility at its own level. You compare life path to life path and date to date. Let's say you're a 3 life path and someone's born a 4th. That's not bad because you compare 3 life path to the 4 life path. So if someone's, a 4 life path and you're a 3 life path, that's the people to watch out for. Don't get married to it, don't go into business, watch out for taking any risks, right? But now you can align yourself, based off the compatibility at its, I started fumbling there. But anyways, the point is everything at its own level. You compare life path to life path and date to date for the compatibility. So if you're 1 life path, whenever it's the 9th, 18th, 27th of the month, not really gonna be a problem, right? Because 1 and 9, it is on different levels, right? It's the 9 life path days you gotta watch out for. So that's advanced numerology astrology. That's advanced information. You only get in a Q app. Lock in, tap in. We got a couple more. Chani, Yo, 9GP with $10. Hey David, shout out to GG33, Run It Up, and Gary. Yes sir. August 8, 1990, Chun Ho male in Route 2828, learning the trade and also planning opening LLC 826 or 828. Also thinking the name LLC Hawaze or Haways. So let's see.
Some water.
You on 8 life path? I'm good. You on 8? You want a good founding date? Write to me in private, bro. I'm not gonna give you something like just throw it out there, right? I wanna walk you through it and actually find the best one to work for you. Because I could give you the best founding date. That might be a Sunday. Can't do shit, right? So if one those good founding dates, either get the Q app and use the tools in there, or hit me up privately, get a reading, and I'll walk you through it. So I can't give you more, so I'll give you something else, right? So you're a horse, you have the right thinking of starting new stuff in 2026. 2026, literally the best time in your life opening a business. You should open 3. Brother, you should not just open 1, open 3 companies, just in case you have it on one side. Open 3 different bank accounts, buy different wallets. I'll tell you guys a little story. So it was 2023, I'll show you how this stuff really, really works. So it was 2023, May 28th. I'm a cat, I bought a wallet. I was in Miami, right? That was the time, I was first time in America. The 20 of Miami, found on the 28th. It was 28th May 2023. I bought a wallet by Sara, which is a cat company, right? I took $280, put that in the wallet, imprinted it with that energy, and I made 5K on the same evening. It was crazy. I'm like, I manifested it.
It's a 33 cat.
For real. So see, next time, for the next 6 months, my money skyrocketed. It was 2023, my own cat year. I was living the life. And then in December, I fucking lost the wallet. I'm still mad at that. I lost that wallet and everything went to shit. Next 6 months, I could have reversed it again. That's the power of this knowledge. It really does work. It really has an effect. So you're going to your own horse here. Don't make the same mistake I made. Have backups. Have different backups. Buy another wallet just in case, right? Something goes wrong. Because guess what? You ain't going to get another 2026. Your horse here, you have a next one 2038. That's a long time away. And it ain't going to be the same as 2026. So really, you want to take advantage of your own friendly years. You make those imprints that last and make a difference that you can take with you. That's the real power of the game, and that's why you need the Q app. Make sense?
Yeah, it's a great way to use the Q app, right? If there's a brand that you've, for the first time, you're buying it for the first time, think about the day that you're going to buy it, right? It's a new car. Think about the first day you drive it, right? These are imprints. They happen every single day, every single hour, every minute, down to the second. Imprints are happening all the time, and some of them are bigger than others. Some have a bigger impact, right? That's why we tend to focus on, the day, the month, the year. We could drive ourselves crazy with this if we really wanted to break it down to the second, but that's, you're not meant to let the energy control you. We're trying to help you control the energy and go with the flow, right? Or at least that's what the Q app's for.
Yeah, so until we have Nick here still, guys, I'll put the readings. I'll get back to the readings in a couple of minutes. I'll be here for hours still to come. I got another guest coming on the way right now. But while we have Nick in here, let's talk about the Q app a bit. What can we expect in 2026 from the Q app?
Well, I mean, let's see. I'm going to take this off if it's not too bright. Damn, it is bright. I will say, what can we expect? You know, Q was bootstrapped. What does that mean, right? If you're in the startup world, it means we did it with a couple $1,000, right? We launched a web app in November of 2023, the cat year, 11/3/2023. Going quickly into 2024, we had the mobile app ready by May 28th. And, you know, it's been about, almost 2 years now. And we've been an app and we've grown the team, and it's great to see all the great things that we've done. But moving forward, what you guys can expect from Q, the app, is that we're going to be Q the company, right? We're going from focusing on one aspect and one service to expanding it, improving it, upgrading it, and just keep getting better. So I mean, what can we expect as far as features? I mean, over the next few months, expect an upgrade. Well, no, on the 17th to the 28th, we should be launching our new calculator. That's kind of right around the corner. In the next update, there's a bit of a UI change, some upgrades, but longer term, I would say expect to have more of a human connection, right? Being able to contact, like not just being, you know, kind of if you are new to the Q app, not just being thrown in there and expected to understand it. What you should expect from us is just more of that kind of education. So going from, hey, here's this app, here's this tool, to let's walk you through it. Let's educate you. Here's a human to connect you with, right? And really kind of bridge that gap, right, from a niche consumer to the broader market, and really helping them maximize the most people who can, you know, take advantage of this energy.
Sorry to cut you. Look at the super chat. He says, me, January 15, 2003. My kids' mothers, July 20, 2004. January 2nd, 2002. We all live together with our 4 kids. What's a good business for us to start? Hey, we got a player in there. You're born on 16th with 2 wives. I guess that you need more kids, right? This is what it is. If you can handle them, yeah, good for you. Both of those women have a lot of strong 2 energy as well. Look at that. And he's born on 15th. Mm-hmm. Interesting case. Like, I'm just sorry to cut you off. I'm looking at that like, you know, that's a whole lot to decode right there. There's a whole lot to decode.
Well, what is a good business for them?
What is a good business for them?
As a family, it's tough. But it's probably the best business you could start, you know, working with people you could trust.
I'm not looking at those birthdays. I'm surprised those 2 can keep it together. I'm very, very surprised you're able to keep it going. I would not be surprised if it falls through, brother. I'm looking at, you see what I'm seeing? Look at the birthdays of the women. Mm-hmm. And not a fan. Not a fan. Those 2, it's gonna be good until it isn't. Sorry to break it for you. But hey, welcome back to that. Nick, please continue about the Q app.
Yeah, I mean, long story short, I can talk about this forever, and get a bit long-winded on it. But my point is, we're taking on a lot of, you know, responsibility, right? I'm trying to become the best CEO I can, and really take care of the people around us, and who are trying to grow this into a company that can last for decades, right? It's not just a few years, we're just going to do this app. No, we have a lifetime offer, and we're going to, you know, honor that. 1,000 people will be locked into lifetime, and they're going to be able to pass that down to their kids, you know, 10 years from now, and say, hey, you have lifetime. But long story short, Q is going from an app that can, you know, astrology apps, they come and go, right? But we're going to a place where the legacy is going to be, you know, in how do you put it, digitized, right? We're trying to digitize GG33, Gary's legacy, Roger, you know, all these legends who have, you know, are probably the kind of top minds in the space, the experts, right? And we're trying to make sure that their knowledge, their message kind of continues to grow. And that's going to come through in the form of a company. We're launching an office this year down here in Hallandale Beach. So that's pretty cool. So Cat City, where we have a lot of things planned. And yeah, marketing is going to get a lot better. Like I said, we're going from just me kind of at the helm, you know, real scrappy, a few developers, to now a whole team, marketing, more developers, more investment. I mean, we're even taking on a big partner over the next few.
So we can expect the queue to improve rapidly and massively throughout 2026. Yeah.
So it's kind of been like this, like our speed of development, and even in just the last 6 months, like it's gone like this. Just with some changes, we brought on the CTO. You know, that's the thing about starting a business. In the beginning, you're gonna end up wearing a lot of hats, but the goal is to delegate, right? To kind of get people around you all aligned with that same mission. You know, and I'm glad I have Tyler here to push this mission along.
Sir, the two cats. Hey. Q is founded 2023. You're the cat. And when's your birthday, sir?
July 7th, 1999.
July 7th, 1999. And you guys know my birthday is 7/20, 1999. So we're just 2 weeks apart. Some way, somehow got together with GG33 and Gary and started, building the Q app essentially. Ain't that something, huh? Ain't that something? Hey, I'll tell you something crazy. So Nick met with Gary for the first time ever. When?
May 28th, 2023.
May 28th, 2023. I met with Gary first time ever, May 29, 2023. And we never talked, right? We never seen each other.
That's just
right?
a coincidence.
That's just a coincidence, huh? The two cats now here came to Gary literally 1 day apart in 2023, a cat year. Ain't that something, huh?
I feel like Gary's already he's blazed this trail. It's there for everyone to, see, and it's a matter of people to kind of take his lead and keep going down that path, to get this message out there. And I couldn't feel happier about what we do. It's really about value, right? When you open a company or business or service, think about the value you're giving to people and how does that value, have a multiplier effect, based on, I did this, I shared it with this person, so I'm very happy with what we do. The value's there. I know someone uses one feature in the app, they're instantly getting that value. So we are beyond like perceived value, and it feels good when you can confidently give that value to your customer. So find a business, I guess my advice going into my consultant mode is find a business where you're confident in the value that you're bringing to your consumer, if that makes sense.
Well said. Hey, the Q master talking himself. Y'all take notes, right? Y'all be better taking notes right now. You wanna build your own app? This ain't just random stuff he's talking. This is the one behind the Q app. So you guys, and the US 7, right? 7/7 here to teach you guys how you can do it yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
you're privileged to hear this.
I want to teach people long term. Like that's kind of a passion of mine, being born on the 7th, and being able to design the technology that's teaching people is such an honor. I'm grateful to be in my position, and going forward, I want to see more people create. I want to become a consultant to creators, right? And I'm a
lifetime member here, 100% worth it. What's Q Lifetime?
Q Lifetime is an offer that we launched. It's supposed to be limited to 1,000. The price has gone up. And it will continue to go up, right?
So what is it? What
it's an investment. Lifetime is an investment, right? You're paying for like 2 or 3 years or so of subscription upfront in exchange for access to some of our most exclusive information. It's the friendly and enemy numbers for numerology. This previously was only available through Gary's courses of bronze and silver, upwards of 2, 3, 4,000 for those courses. And we're offering it there in Lifetime, right? That's the one that's how right? As soon as you buy Lifetime, you get friendly and enemy number insights. That's across every number. So 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1 and 4. Every number you have the breakdown, which has never been done before. This has been reviewed by Gary. This has been reviewed by Roger, experts, and we're constantly evolving it. So that right there is the main knowledge that you're buying. But on top of that, everything else is a cherry on top. People who joined the app, May 28th, 2024, and started with Lifetime, they've seen it continue to grow and evolve. So what are you getting? You're investing in an app, in a company that's constantly evolving technology to get better.
So essentially, you join Q Lifetime, you pay us a one-time payment instead of a monthly subscription, and you're in for life, right? Yeah. And you get the Q, anything we're going to be building, anything we have planned for decades to come, you're all going to be part of it because you trusted us at the beginning by joining Q Lifetime, right?
And not only that, there's a great network effect to it as well, right? What I was talking about earlier, being in this kind of mindset of, we're going into a world where collectives are a must. You can't go alone anymore. You have to have a tribe. Find your intellectual tribe.
So with Q Lifetime, you can join our community we have weekly Q&As, don't we?
We do.
If you join Q Lifetime, that's like joining GG33 Bronze or GG33 Silver, or you get the same information, but you also get our own private community that connects all the people in GG33 under one umbrella, the Q umbrella.
I find it interesting, Gary.
So we have weekly Q&As. That's what I have to say, right? Every Sunday, Q Lifetime members can join our Discord when we have these sort of things, but they're in private. So there's no holding back. We can talk about friendly enemy numbers. We can connect with like-minded people, individuals, and actually use this knowledge and share it openly without having to be worried about leaking something, right? Because it's, the Q Lifetime people, you're already invested, you pay for that knowledge, and we're gonna give you all of the insight every single week. Once a week, there's not a community like this, right? You wanna be part of something bigger? Joining Q Lifetime is so much more than just an app. We're literally building a community worldwide. We go anywhere, right? You go New York, there's a Q Lifetime member hooking up the hotel. You go to Europe, every place has shout out Scorpio. Every place has something, a Q Lifetime member open there, That's like building a big network throughout the whole world of secret numerologists, astrologers, people into knowledge. This is literally and nothing else like it out there.
There's nothing like it. We will have Q ambassadors in every country, by the end of this decade, I imagine, right?
Sure.
So it's an early investment in the company. You're getting your value up front with the knowledge. You're then getting to see this app evolve into
Q
a
Sunday
company.
School. For real.
Q Sunday School. Great.
Q Sunday School. Hey, new type of relation, huh?
And
Energy.
the network is invaluable, right? Finding your intellectual tribe is something that I think helped my growth early on, right? Finding GG33, finding people.
That's one of the biggest things for people waking up now. They're waking up, but they're surrounded by people asleep.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be not fitting in. They're looking for these people. They're looking for someone to align and resonate with. And where do they come? Now they can come to the Q app. So as I said at the very beginning of the stream, Q app is here to give a hand to people waking up, to work with people who are enlightened. And again, this goes for anybody who feels a deeper mission, deeper purpose. Q app serves that purpose, to wake people up, to teach this knowledge, and be there as a helping hand to those just now waking up, just now, becoming enlightened, who see the truth, who are looking for people to connect with and work with, who aren't part of that programming. We're here for it. Join the Q app, join Lifetime, and bring us on board, and we can all evolve together. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
It's truly for the intellectual who wants to program their life instead of letting their life just be programmed randomly, right? It's moving with intention and knowing the direction you're going, knowing when to do things, the timing of it.
Hey, sounds good, brother. Let's do some readings.
Yep.
DKK7IY with $10. You born 10/19/2006 in 11-person year. You plan on moving this summer to Vegas. Do you think that's a good choice energetically? Not at all, brother. You slipping up because Nevada founded the year of the rat. 2026, the horse year, is good for you as a dog. So as a dog, for you, it's gonna be good to take action, go hard, and go into a new place in your own friendly year. But Nevada is founded year of the rat. That's the city, that's the state Vegas is in, right? So moving into a state that's going through its enemy year, not a wise idea, my friend. For example, you wouldn't want to move to Australia, move to New Zealand, both founded year of the rat. In 2026, the horse year has horse and rat the enemy signs. You don't do that. Just like you shouldn't move to New York City in 2026, the horse year, because NYC founded year of the rat. That's the advanced insight. That's the level you get in the Q app. Only one place they can find us, huh?
They can't just blame Mamdani now for the shit going bad.
Yeah, it's not looking good for these places.
You see the energy, right? It was going into its down period. That guy gets elected,
For real.
Not to get
All right,
political.
next one. Pertec 2137 with £10, 4/22/2003. How to combine all three energies. So let's say you are a full life path, born on the 22nd, and born near the goat, right? So you're full life path, born on the 22nd. Very interesting combination. You're not here just to work, you're here to build. You're here to take your work ethic and build something of your own. Don't be your whole life go just building up others, working for other people, being the power behind great things and getting left empty-handed. That can very easily happen to 4s and especially 22s, right? So when you're 4/22, my advice, build something of your own. You're a goat as well. Build something that looks nice. Build something that's beautiful. Build something with your name on it that no one can ever take away from you. That's your mission here as a 22/4, to work hard, get busy, and build something of your own. That's what you're here for. Next up, Arjun with another 10 bounce. We got a lot of UK, a lot of love from UK. Hey, right back at you guys. Yo, David and Nick, what's up? What's good? 9/1/2002. 9/1, huh? You know that birthday, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
What's the guy? CTO?
My CTO.
Our CTO, let's
The
go.
tiger.
The tiger. Now, so again, this one is 9/1/2002. You're 5 light by horse. 5 light by horse born in the first. You are very restless. You cannot be in one place for too long. You need to change. You need to do the different things. When you're stagnant, when you're stuck in one place, that's when you get depressed. You as a person won't do well living in a small apartment, living in a small house, just being there, never going out. No, you need big open spaces. You need to, travel. You need to be in nature. That's your happy place. That's when you feel your best. Now, the weakness for you is gonna be women. Focus on yourself. Don't be chasing hoes. That's what I tell to you and every other person who's a 5 life path. I've seen 5s just waste away the energy, waste away from their prime by chasing women. Wasting money, wasting energy. And not just, men, it's the women as well, born the 5th, 14th, 23rd, who waste away their potential chasing after men. It works both ways for the 5 energy, and that's one of the biggest lessons a 5 has to learn. Just because you can get with someone doesn't mean you have to. Wanna learn more? Get the Q app. We're gonna tell you who you should be getting with and who you shouldn't based off compatibility. Doesn't get better than that, does it?
I think one of the greatest lessons we can all learn is that you shouldn't waste any of your energy, right? Across the board. And we all do waste our energy in some way sometimes, right? A 6 life path, right? Maybe wasting his time. He may be wasting being of service to someone who doesn't deserve it, right? A 4 may be wasting his work on something that doesn't work, right? A business that's not working, right? Don't waste your energy, right? And tap into all energies. There's another piece I'd add to that. It's just, we all have to learn to be a leader. We all have to learn to be peaceful. We all have to learn to communicate, work hard, be open-minded, be of service, learn, teach, gain power, money. 1 through 8, 1 through 9. I mean,
100%. You can learn from everybody. It's not like you being like a 1 or being like a 9, right? It's about you want to become great. Work hard as a 4. You want to, have a good life, good kids, build a family like a 6. You want to, be successful, learn like a 7. You said it perfectly, bro. Literally, you got to take something from every other sign, right? Every other number and, to become the best version of yourself. But step number 1 is being the best version of yourself, right? Yeah. And you as a 6, you have to be the best 6 out there. You have to be the best of the 6 life paths. That's who you're competing against, right? That is your, circle. That's your bubble, right? The 6 life paths born on the 7th. You gotta be the best 6 life path born on the 7th has ever been. And that's how you become successful. Like me, I'm a 1 life path born on the 20th. I gotta be the best 1 life path born on the 20th to do what I gotta do. That's aligned with my energies. That's where you need the Q app to decode your own frequency at the most advanced level that's ever been available.
You're taking the lead, with what you're doing, right? You're the 1 life path taking the lead, right?
I have to.
Absolutely. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier around, everyone has the potential to be the best at what they're doing. Again, if you had 5 people in the same room, different birth dates, all have the same business idea, there's one birthday that's going to do that best. Think about that.
So again, this is how you do it, right? Let's say you're building a business. Let's say yo, check it out. I think it's Ucha, yeah? Yo, we got Ucha Mod is arriving. That was your chat. Anyways, let's do some readings. Yo, David, Nick, we went through you. Hey, but go on, brother. What's going on? You ready?
Shit. Let me take a piss first.
I'm gonna tag in and out.
Yeah, cats are switching it up. Hey, I'm changing one cat for another one. And Nick, any closing statements?
Closing statements. You can find me at LifePath Facts. I post random thoughts about numerology facts. Ton of history on that account that I did statistics on, different posts. But more importantly, reach out if there's any questions. I'm typically available. I'm born on the 7th. I tend to live a bit more of a private lifestyle. Obviously, tapping into my energy. Just being on this podcast is a lot. The lights are bright. It's a lot of energy. So it takes some energy out of me, but I'm happy to be here. I'm going to be, driving this. What I want people to know is Q is an app, and it's becoming a company. And this company needs a captain, right? It can't have the captain underneath rowing and then sailing and then pointing the cannon to attack over here. No, the captain needs to sail. I need to have my people around us, and we need to make Q reach global places, right? We haven't even begun to tap into other countries, and we're just at the beginning is what I want people to know, and we're going to be here to support you. The community's here.
Nick, so now after your first imprint of your real podcast experience, can we expect a lot more from you from this?
We'll see. I think honestly, I'll show my face a lot more after my birthday.
Oh damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Should I just pull up right here then?
Yeah, jump
Yeah.
on in. I'm gonna step out, probably take a little smoke break, but
All right. Wish you can come here.
yeah,
you
yeah,
can take the
sit
same
here.
seat.
Okay.
Yeah.
but
You
yeah,
can take the same seat.
just to finish my thought.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Until next time.
Appreciate it.
Are we live right now? or-
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
we've
yeah,
been
yeah.
live. We got 100 people watching in here.
That's crazy.
But yeah,
And we got a lot of work to do, bro. I mean,
reach
I need some
out if
readings
there's
to
any
do.
questions. Reach out. You know, you could also find us on Discord, and you know, the community is here for you. I appreciate you having me.
Of course.
What's up?
Tag you in right now. Let's go,
Sounds
Cat.
good. One count out, another cat
What's
in.
good, brother? Hey,
Long
hey,
time no see.
I'm giving the handshake to the chew. I'm tapping up my brother. For
real.
That's the thing. How was the flight?
Flight was good. I mean, fuck, I got a little bit delayed, not gonna lie. We have a crazy snowstorm. So, I mean, I'm originally in Toronto. That's where I'm based out of. We got flooded last night, but I say all that to say I still made it. Delayed a little
Just be
bit.
safe. Talk to the mic, just to be safe. I don't know how it is. Like, be
Okay.
close to it.
I mean, like, I don't... Can I... Yeah, I think... Okay, let me just keep it going. I'm assuming they can hear me, right?
yeah,
Okay.
just to be clear.
Okay. But yeah, shit, flight was good. I'm finally out here. Excited to be here. I was in the lobby. I saw like 3 guys in suits, one of them wearing a Blackstone jacket. That's how I knew this is a certified building. You know what I mean?
Guys,
But-
do we pull off the 305 from Timo? What do we call this? I'm Gary. Who are you? Fresh? No.
I guess, sure, yeah. I'm the
Hey,
fit.
we bring you to 305, the next generation, right?
Legit.
305 2.0. Hey, we keep it going. Hey, but I gotta do some work if you don't mind. We got a bunch of readings.
Okay,
So let's
let's
start
do
with
it.
that, right? Let's make
go.
some money first thing first.
Let's go for
We
it.
got 11/15/1992, 11 light paths on an 8 personal year. How can you use this energy to start making a big bag? Thank you for your knowledge. So I would say to me, it's 11 light path monkey born at 15th, now in his 8 personal year that he's gonna have for the next 9 more months. What should he do?
For the next 9 more months, well, okay, you're in a monkey. I certainly hope you're in the US. Even better if you're in Miami. Whole lot of money moves to be made out here, but go hard, double down on whatever it is you're doing that brings you financial success. And I wouldn't let I was just reading the comments there, but I wouldn't let the foot off the gas, right? Like you said, you only have a couple more months left. 2028 is gonna be great for you, but keep doing your thing. Don't keep your eyes off the bag. This cycle is only gonna come around once every 9 years. Don't let a good opportunity go to waste. So that's
1,000,000%. You couldn't say it better. When it's an 8 personal year, that's when you lock in. 8 personal years are not something to treat like every other year, right? 8 personal year, you get to business, you get things done. Don't let a minute of it go to waste. That's advice for you. Now, next up, $10 message retracted. I can't see this one, so unfortunately, that's gonna be there. Shine Bright video with $10, 3/13/1981, female. Can you tell me about my birthday and upcoming horse year with my energy? So you're an 8 light path rooster, born at 13th, a hardworking person that has to be very consistent. You're born at 13th, you have to embrace the material side of life. People born at 13th, they cannot be just only spiritual and forgetting about everything else. Nah, you are here to work, you're here to make money and enjoy what the material side of life has to offer for you. See, people talk about 13 being hidden 33. What can we say about that?
The way that it's used, it has that power. 13 is a hidden 33. We can look at, like, for example, 13, that's M, right? M, we've got McDonald's, we've got the 13 Illuminati bloodline families. There's a whole lot we could say about that, but I mean, shit, going back to what Tavid said, it's definitely a number very much associated with the material. So, I mean, yeah, you got that going for you. Double down. You're going to be a rich person if you play your cards right. And make sure you don't fuck with the law. You're born on the 13th. That's 4 energy.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be doing anything illegal.
That usually probably doesn't. See, people born near the rooster, they're this the type of mindset roosters have. Either you're in or you're not. Roosters don't like being on the fence with anything. You notice that? Roosters
real.
are the ones, either you do it 100% or you don't do it at all, right? That's how roosters are. You're in or you're not, right? So you just need to be around people who align with that mentality. If you're around people who are flaky all the time, it's not going to be good, especially you being born on the 13th. You keep your time, you keep to agreements, and you expect others to do it as well. If they don't, you ain't been around them, right? The broke, lazy people, that's the biggest turnoff for an 8 life a rooster born at 13, isn't it?
For sure. And I think as a cat, I've heard enough about roosters. So on to the next reading. Who do we have up?
All right. We're cat dominance in this, hey. But if you're a rooster, you can still ask. I'm here. See, in my readings, it doesn't matter like who I give a reading to. Some people I've seen in the community in Twitter ask like, oh, who is the best to get a reading from if you're a goat? Who's the best for dragon? That doesn't matter. I've given literally because I've given readings to like 500 roosters at this point. Never had a problem with them because I'm a professional. I give the same service to any person, no matter your birthday, no matter your energies. It doesn't make a difference for me. That's mastery, right? So again, if you want a reading, don't shy away. I'm good with roosters, bro. My dad's a rooster. I've honestly not had much problems with roosters. I keep my distance, but there's been some good roosters in my life. Now, they are my friendly numerologists as well. As we know, numerology supersedes, but it is what it is. I just don't want to, lose.
Sure.
I don't want to lose 8.33% of my clientele with you.
I feel that. Yeah, no, Tavid doesn't discriminate. I do. But if you want a reading, like he said, go to him. Like, he doesn't discriminate. Any sign, rooster, cat, goat,
For
pig,
real.
all 12. Like, we're in the building. Let's keep it coming.
All right, Alex Barfel with $10, 6/12/1996, 7 life path, rat. Currently 9 personal year, entering 1 personal year, meet this year. Can I get ready and any advice for these years? So you're in a 9 personal year until your birthday, so you're in a 9 year and your enemy year. Lay low, play safe, brother. Don't start anything. But the problem, you're going to a 1 personal year. For the next 6 months after your personal year, you're gonna feel like you wanna do things. You're out of the 9 year, you wanna take action, you wanna go hard. That's a trap. Don't fall into it because it's still your enemy year. Wait until the horse year ends and then take advantage of the 1 year. Then start going hard and you got a real good year coming up, 2028, the monkey year. How good is 2028 gonna be for people born rat, dragon, and monkey year? Let them know.
It's gonna be phenomenal. I mean, like you said, well, okay, he didn't say that, but I'm gonna say it. It only comes once every 4 years. You're a rat, your friendly signs are the monkey and the dragon. Go hard. I forgot what your birthday is, to be honest, but okay, you're in a 9 right now. 4 more years from now, that would be 9 + 4, 13. You'll be in a 4. That's a great year to work. Start building, thinking about things that you want to get done. Kind of like Tavid said, this isn't the year to go hard. You should be laying low, especially from February 17 when that horse year fully kicks in. Don't fall for any traps. Don't start anything new. Don't get a random bitch pregnant. If you're a woman, don't get a new baby daddy. Keep it good, and you'll be good to go. Be smart. Like, this isn't the time to be crafty. It's not the time to be creative. Just, keep smart. Stick with the plan. You have this knowledge. Don't let it go to waste.
Makes sense. Next one, Pancho 801 with $20. Appreciate it. 11 life at goat born at first. You found out you work for a 28-1 life at ox. Another partner of this is an 8 life at dog born at 28. How can I move smooth around them? They have helped me out, but I don't know the enemy signs. So you're a goat working for an ox. It's what's gonna happen. It might not always be the end of the world for you. You can still make money and do your thing, but you always could make more. That's the thing. Working together with enemy energy is gonna drag you and slow you down from your potential. You think you're doing good, you did well, you could be doing great, but you don't know because that enemy energy is always gonna drag it down. Living in an enemy state, living in an enemy city, living in an enemy country, it's gonna cause problems. You don't know how it's gonna always affect you, but you don't wanna find out either. So let's say we say, roosters should not drive a Ford founded in a cat. Is every rooster gonna realistically crash a Ford? No, some of them have trouble with the car. No, some of them have problems with the car. Other people have trouble at work because they use the car to drive there. See what I'm saying? Energy works different for every person. It's not a one-size-fits-all. This is not black and white that we're doing over here. Everybody's different. Everybody's unique. Enemy always takes a hit, right? Let's say you move to an enemy state. Maybe you have health issues, maybe you have money issues, maybe you have family issues. Maybe you have all 3. You don't know how it's going to affect you, but do you really want to find out? Do you need that chance? Do you need to find and test it how it's going to affect you? Or can you just take this knowledge, get the Q app, and avoid these problems in your life? Make sense?
Oh, 100%. And I mean, to add to what he said, it's like, time is a precious resource, especially in this incarnation. Why would you want to go against the current when you can go with it, right? Like, the more you can stack the odds in your favor, the more friendly energy you can have working for you, as opposed to against
maxing.
you.
New term, right? Energy maxing. They
Legit.
got looks maxes here in Miami. We got energy maxing. Think about it, piece by piece, right? You have your country, the city, the state, the county, the house you live in, the car you drive, the people you work with, the companies you work with, the people around you, whatever, your wallet. Piece by piece, it's all adding up. It's not a one and done thing. You're not gonna just get a wallet from your friendly brand and win the lottery. No, it's an energy game. You boost up and align yourself step by step. Every piece of friendly energy gives you a +5 invisible boost, like a video game. You stack it up, you get it from all around you. That's what makes the difference. Uche, tell people your birthday.
January 27, 2000. So do you want me to go? Okay, so 3 life path cat, living in a 3 cat nation, Canada.
You picked it up, what I said.
7/1/1867. I hope I didn't fuck that up because that's gonna be a terrible clip. But 3 cat, Three Cat and the Three Cat Nation, and what can I say? Like, people have good and bad things to say. What I can say is it's always worked out in my favor. I've never been short of any opportunity being out there. And I mean, it just goes back to show that the system that Gary's rediscovered and packaged so a lot of you people can understand, both the smart ones and a lot of you dumb ones, but the smart ones too, everyone can apply this, right? Like, this isn't like back in the day where they had Pythagorean numerology, where people would say vague ass shit like, okay, 9's the number of the humanitarian, 10's God. Like, nah, this is much more practical.
Science.
We know that today's
Science.
a one day, it's a good day to start things, to lead things. Look at some of the best
and
leaders.
it's 2-7. Yo, it's 2-7.
2-7.
And I brought someone who's 27 up in here, eh?
Of
That's
course.
how you do it. That's how you apply numerology. People always ask, how do you apply numerology, right? You gotta find a way. You know, I can't teach you to go on 2-7 on a positive with a 27. That's the chances, opportunities that pop up in your life naturally. When you learn these codes, you start seeing them. You know, oh, there's an alignment here. Oh, this works out there. This makes sense. And you take action based off this knowledge, and that's what makes the difference. Now, let's go through some readings because we still got a lot of them.
How many
coming up.
readings do you have up? God damn.
many.
Yeah. You just had to scroll for a minute there.
Yeah. But we go through all of them, guys. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. All right, we got. Oh, this is a good one for you. I kind of sneak peek about this, but I want to ask your perspective.
Okay.
He's a man born January 15, 2003. So he's a 3 life path horse born January 15th, right?
1/15/2003.
The mothers of his kids are July 20, 2004. His baby mamas. July 20, 2004. 6 life path
That's you
monkey.
right there. July 20,
July
okay.
20 twin, but I'm a cat, right?
Yeah.
So now next one, January 2, 2002. And you all live together with your 4 kids. What's a good business for us to start?
January. Okay, so explain that relationship again. He's born January 15,
he's born January 15,
2003.
2003. He's got 2 baby mamas, July 20, 2004, and January 2, 2002. They live in the same house, raising 4 kids. What's a good business for them to start?
That's crazy. Okay, so the first baby mama, she's gonna be a 6 life path monkey. The second baby mama, you said January 2nd or January 4th?
January 2nd.
January 2nd, what year?
2002. So
2002. So 7
born
snake. Okay.
January 2.
Wow. And what business is good for all 3 of them? I mean, okay, so like you yourself, you're a 3, you got a 6 and you have a 7.
And 4 kids, remember.
And 4 kids,
no.
goddamn.
The business model for you should be putting those kids into work. What are the jobs the kids can do? You got 4 already, brother, you can make 4 more. What's that? 2 years? You got 2 women in there. You got doubled output, right?
Legit shit. Start a farm with those kids.
Start making kids.
Start a whole business so you got 8 employees right there.
Oh, there's some welfare shit they can pull off as well in America, right?
I mean, you didn't hear it from me, but yeah.
Wait, are you
Somalian?
What's
Is he Somalian?
What's his skin color? No, but that's the idea, right? Put those to work, right? You ain't gotta work yourself. You're just making the kids, right?
For real.
Makes sense. Hey, why not get a 3rd wife? Triple output of kids. Hey, if you're white, especially, we need more white babies.
Start a family business. If you care about your kids, start a family business. You have the energetic profile to make it work. You're going to want something that, like, this life isn't just about you. You have to leave a legacy. And I'd assume you'd want to do that if you have a soul. But it's like, leave things that your kids can work through, and whether that might be starting a farm like we joked around about, or like real estate, a services business, right? Like there are many things you could do. If you want to get in more detail, DM Tavin and we can get in the weeds of it. But start a business, get your kids on board. 2 baby mamas is crazy. Don't make it 3. And that's my advice. There we go.
You heard him. All right, next one. We got Rag660 with another $26. 7/27/1999. A cat date life path 7 personal coming to an end. I feel a rush of energy since the year started, but man, 7 personal year was rough. But are you still in your 7 personal year? What do you mean? That is not over. You still got what? You got like 5-6 months still to get to that 8th year. So now in a 7 year, you don't gotta be afraid of it. You just gotta be more in tune with the spiritual side of life. So many people struggle on the 7 energy. It feels like even in GG33, a lot of people, they're scared of 7 energy. And again, there's good reason to be at times, because 7 struggle with health, 7 struggle with money, 7 struggle with relationships, right? That's natural, that's expected. So lay low, keep it cool with those things. But when it comes to knowledge, the information you attain in a 7 year is gonna take you and improve you for years to come. 7 years are so valuable because the information you attain, that's gonna stick. you're gonna learn, you're gonna, it's gonna evolve you more. See, there's a difference between someone just reading a book, just knowledge sourcing, and someone reading with the intent of raising the frequency. Think about it. Someone could read a book and just not remember shit from it. Someone could read a book and master that's what in there. In a 7 year, that's what you do. You learn and you take advantage of that energy. And you focus on teaching as well, and it can be a great time, right? So that's my advice for you.
And to add to that, there's nothing to worry about when it comes to energy. I mean, you have this knowledge. You know what to expect. If you're in a 7 cycle, why would you stress about having an injury, for example? You know what I mean? Yes, it's an inconvenience, but it's like you know what to expect. Fear is such a limiting emotion. Don't let it cloud your judgment. So yes, go with the flow, know what to expect, but at the same time, don't duck and dodge and you know what I mean? Like there's no benefit to doing that. You have the knowledge, you can make it work. 7-year cycle, go with the flow, study, learn. Perhaps don't be as outgoing as much because that might lead to other things, right? Like now's not the time to join new social networks or this and that. Study as much as you can, and of course, take it easy a little bit on the gym.
Get
that
and you
knowledge.
can focus on teaching. That's
Legit.
7 energy. In a 7 year, take that knowledge, take this wisdom you have, and go teach it, at least some of it, That's to align and fulfill what the 7 energy wants from you. See, in 2023, I had actually my 7 year, I had one of the best financial years up until that point, right? And how could I do it in my 7 year? Okay, it was my cat year, but that's when I started doing readings, right? Think about it. I was teaching, I was sharing knowledge, I was helping people, and I was able to make money from that, right? That's that's to align with the 7 energy. I was doing what I was meant to be doing. So you gotta just be aligned and go with the flow. As you know, after your birthday this year, you get back to the date and everything's gonna be A-okay. All right, Ernesto, David and Nick again. No Nick anymore.
It's
So he's Uche now. So okay, that was more for him. All my cousins, aunts, and uncles live in Honduras. When will the Q app be in Spanish for them? Great question. We're gonna perfect the app. Then we're gonna translate it and open it up for Spanish, German, all different languages. That's coming, right? But first, we gotta, make the app to a point where we're fully it's ready, and then we translate it, right? So keep an eye out for that. That's definitely in a card for us. Shit. All right. Let me
How many
find
more
them.
we got left?
We don't got that many. We get into it. Timothy Graham 6383 with $20. Appreciate 1999. Hey, good. Hey, you're a cat
with
that.
that.
Missed out on 1999. You're a 2000 cat, yeah?
Yeah, born right on the cusp.
God
One more
damn.
week. Yeah, cutting it this close.
Damn. I mean, 1999s, it adds up to 28, right? That 1999, one of the best financial years to be born on. And we see so many 1999s killing it already. We had Nick on here building the Q app in 1999, right? But I mean, you're a 2000, you're Aquarius, so you definitely
in the
got
age of Aquarius.
Still,
Aquarius in the age of Aquarius, and if you look at the year 2000, it's the start of the cat century. So I mean, I did miss that 28, but I'd say I have other benefits working in my favor
meant to be
as well.
working out for you, right? For
real.
That's
Can't
it, like you're
complain.
missing out, so all good. All right, Timothy Graham, first son is born July 18, 2024. So that's has some 33 in there. Look at that. My daughter is just July. Is that July 21, 2024? Huh? Wait. How does the son is born July 18, 2024, and daughter is July 21, 2024?
That's so you had them 3 days apart.
You had them 3 days apart. Is that a typo? Second daughter is June 18, 2025. Another one with 32 energy. Look at that. My fourth daughter is December 9th, 2025. Is this the one with the baby mom? I know, that's the deal. That's what's going on.
Okay,
there.
that's the person. Okay,
That's
okay,
the one.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, I was confused.
I mean, shit, you got 233 sixes in there. Way to go, man. You
Yeah.
got those 33 sixes in there. So again, guys, new information drop. If you haven't, if you don't notice already, look at a day like June 18, 2025. When you add it up normally, gets to 24, 2 plus 4 is 6. When you keep the 18 whole, you get to 33. 6 plus 18 plus 20, 25, 33, right? It's there. It's not a pure 23, he's not a pure 33, he's not 100%, but it's there, right? So you got two kids like this who are both 33s in your situation. I feel like it's meant to be for him.
I hope you remember
meant to
what I
be.
said about real estate. You got 2 33 sixes. You got a 6 life path baby mama as well. I mean, shit. When there's smoke, there's a fire, right? Like I definitely look at real estate as a business that's valuable. It's gonna do maybe not so on the near term future.
I mean, they should be the one building houses, right? You have 4 kids, teach them how to
Legit.
build.
Literally.
Easy money.
Literally.
Easy money. That's why, cat. That's why you don't want cats, being in leadership roles in the government. So you should have everybody put all the kids to work. What the fuck they doing? They want a free handout.
Gotta
Just get
start
to
'em
work,
young.
right? Get to work.
Start them young.
Anyways, yeah. So yes, again, we might need to, cats. That's why cats to work better in the shadow. Cats in those real leadership positions, as when you rule over everybody else. A lot of selfish, qualities can come out. Let's put it like this.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
mean,
all
there's
good.
always
It's all
like
good.
there's balance, right? There's the selfish cats and there's those who have risen above it. Like there's always gonna be a lower cat and a higher cat in every sign. There's a lower dragon and a higher dragon. But I mean, to his point, I know a lot of selfish
No,
motherfuckers.
that's a great idea. Do you have any examples of evolved signs versus unevolved signs? People who might have not heard about it.
I guess. I mean, there's various ways you could go about it, right? It's like, okay, what do you mean by evolved versus unevolved? Are you
so
talking
let me
about
say,
from?
like, no.
Give me,
For example, a dog can be a Chihuahua or a dog can be a Rottweiler. So you see,
Okay.
a lot of the evolved dogs, the spiritual dogs, they're the ones who are loyal. They're the ones who are ride or die, who gonna be there for their friends, for their family, and really keep it tight. The unevolved dogs are the emotional ones who all bark, no bite. A lot of dogs like this, they wanna yap, go hard. But when push comes to shove, they're nowhere to be seen, right? That's the thing, between a evolved sign and an unevolved sign. You know what's an unevolved tiger? Someone who's fat, someone who's unathletic, right? Someone who's
real.
weak. A tiger who doesn't have physical strength. Are you really tiger? You're a neutral tiger. You're a caged tiger, right? That's not it. A tiger who's evolved is strong. He's working out. He's tapped into that energy. Like Gary always says, the difference between a snake, a cobra, and a worm. Most of these snakes out there are worms, but some of these snakes are cobras because they can do things different. A lot of snakes are lazy. A lot of snakes are passive. A lot of snakes just want to plan things out and struggle when it comes to taking action. Other snakes are nothing but that action. They're looking for it. That's what makes the difference, right? So how would you say, let's say a rat, right? What's an unevolved rat versus an evolved rat?
I mean, okay, how about, I don't know about an unevolved rat versus an evolved rat, but I know a lot of sheeps and I know some goats. Like, I know a lot of goats are really killing it, and I'll consider them a true goat. But I also know a lot of little, like, pussy fucks who it's like, they don't do much of their life. Goats have that natural charm. They don't really want to use it and break out that shell. And I guess, like, I say all this to say, yes, you have your natural characteristics, but by developing them, you're going to have a higher glass ceiling than someone that's just a little, you know what I mean? Like Tavid said, you can have a garden snake and you can have a king cobra. A garden snake's not really going to lean on activities and things that can develop that inner wisdom that a snake naturally has. You know what I mean? So keep at it. Like, don't be a little bitch. Yeah, make the most of your energy. And that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, so when it comes to the unevolved versus evolved rats, I would say the unevolved rats are the ones who got that victim mindset. Everything's always someone else's fault, everyone else is the problem, why their life is at that point. But the evolved rat is the one pulling the strings. Evolved rat is manipulating the situation to get what they want, so it doesn't matter what anyone else does. But they will still get what they want, and no one knows they're the one pulling the strings. That's like evolved versus unevolved when it comes to Chinese zodiac signs. So when you talk about the goat and sheep, perfect combination, right? A lot of these goats out there, they're sheep. They're soft, they just follow the crowds, and that's why goat is the most religious sign. Because they're the sheep. They were back in the days just following the crowds, following the masses, whatever way the shepherd led them, right? So you always see these sort of things. What's an unevolved dragon? He's a dragon who's flaky. A dragon who doesn't keep to their word. A dragon who says something, they're going to do something, and then not do it, go back against the word. That's not a dragon, that's a lizard. You know what I'm saying? That's an iguana on one of these trees out there. An evolved dragon gives you the word, it can be counted on. You never have to doubt a word or promise made by a dragon because dragons are very honorable, they're very righteous. But you see, this unevolved versus evolved, it all comes down to the soul. See, a lot of trees, are very short attention span, like big kids, can't get anything done. But there's going to be some trees who can actually work, who can get stuff done, who can have that level of discipline, and they can take that full advantage of their own energy. So maybe
full advantage of it. They're jacks of all trades. They have that networking ability. I mean, there's so many great threes in my life that I'm privileged to know. And I will say that, like, the three energy is very versatile. One of those that can be average at everything, but really a master of, like, things that have to do with communication, sales, things of that nature. Some of the best salespeople I know have that three energy. There's a lot more I could say about that. But, like, one thing I want to ask you, Tavid, is, okay, you've been doing this for a really long time. Your knowledge in this field has definitely evolved over the years. Would you say as you go through all these readings, Is there something that surprises you? I mean, you've done thousands of readings, maybe tens of thousands, I don't know. But is there anything you see in like certain numerology combinations that still to this day has you confused?
No, but I will say the more readings I do, the more stuff I figure out. Stuff that's not taught in gold, stuff that
can
Gary
imagine.
doesn't put out there, stuff that you don't really know until you go through thousands of examples. So 100%, that's one of my biggest advantages when it comes to doing readings. I now have the experience. I have like 3,000 readings under my belt. At this point,
Crazy.
3,000 in the last, last 2-3 years I've been doing this, right? So again, I got that level of experience already going for me. I don't really get surprised in my readings, bro. I've heard it all. At this point, I've heard it all. This one guy with 2 baby mamas, that's nothing. You guys have no idea.
Get in line.
Crazy shit I've talked to in readings. Yeah, literally. I don't want to even talk about it. I've heard it all, right? Nothing surprises me. So it's very easy to give a reading when everything is correct. It's very easy to give a reading, everything aligns, everything's perfect. But when a person is going through shit, when a person has real questions, when it's not just about giving them a reading, but actually helping them figure out their life, you can't really teach that stuff, right? That comes really good for cats. I'm a psychologist, right? So why I'm so good at giving readings, I'm also born near a cat. So cats, the psychologist, I decode our profile picture people just by talking to them. Add numerology into the mix, cats plus numerology, force to be reckoned with, as Gary said himself.
100%.
Let's
He's
do
done
this.
3,000 readings. He's about to make it 3,001. Who's up next?
Save me for these girls, bro. Gonna get a soulmate reading 9/1/2002. So this is the guy who already asked before. I was telling him about to watch out for the women being a far light path, ride a horse. So can you get a soulmate reading? So I can give you a little bit, as far as the public information goes. You're born year of the horse. Best one would be a dog. Dog is the 11th sign, horse is the 7th sign, 7-11 combination. Year of the dog, year of the horse, soulmate combination. So you're born 2002 horse, find a woman 2006 dog. Perfect. You don't need anything else like that. Just like Kobe, the horse, married Vanessa, the dog. Did pretty well, right? Just like Kobe, the horse, made his home in California, the dog state. Dog and horse right there. He dominated, right? Didn't he? So you see, you align this with your own energy. When it comes to other stuff, you're a 5 light path. So the only public one is 5 and 9, right? 5 and 9, very good. 9 light paths. You get a 9 light path woman, she's gonna be following you. She's the one looking up to you. You can be the one calling all the shots when you get together with a 9 as a 5 light path in relationships. And 5 is very good with a 33 as well. I don't think that one's private anymore. Gary being a 33, marrying a 5. Doesn't take a genius to figure that one, right? So you're a 5 life path. If you ever see a 33, very good people to work with. So there you got the basics of it. You want to learn more, you want to get everything, get the Q app, get the lifetime, or get a reading. All right, next one. Richard, my brother Rich, 2/19/1988 and 8/3/1984. I know this birthday. You getting in with Jenny? Hey, we got Richard and Jenny mixing up. Now, hey, I support it. I'm here for it. That's a good mix. 33 and 11, a dragon and a rat. Pretty good, but her and Amir is coming up, so it might already be too late, depending how far you gone. So let's go for the next one. Hey, and the next person is Jenny M280, but that's a different Jenny.
So damn, would you look? It's a fucking
Look at that,
matrix.
right?
That's
It's a matrix.
crazy.
So next one, 10/24/1979. That's a 33/6, born at 24, the goat. One in the see how fast I did that? Like
Yeah. I'm impressed, man. It's like I'm still doing the mental math. I don't know if you guys have seen that meme where it's like the calculations on the screen. I'm doing that in my head. Tava's just spitting it out like that.
All right, one in the open, a non-emergency transportation business this year or after my birthday. I was thinking of starting an LLC on 8/28/2026. Also my son, 11/19/2013. Anything it for him. So let's say you are now in a 7 personal year. I told this to another person I talked to before who's also born near the goat, currently in a 7 personal year. You don't want to do it right now. You want to wait after your birthday because you're going into an 8-year cycle. And 2027 is your own goat year. Think about it. You're in a goat year, you have an 8-year cycle, and your own year, your own best year. Just like Gary, 2025 had an 8-year and his own snake year. This doesn't come often in your life. That might be the last one, by default. Next one comes in 36 years. So can you do the same stuff you want to do now in the 36 years when the energy repeats in 2062? Probably not, right? So take advantage and start those things in 2027. See, so many people, especially people who don't really fully understand numerology, they want to rush into things, right? They want to start something as soon as possible. They have it ready. Why shouldn't we go? Why should we wait 2 weeks for the first date? It's ready. Let's go. That's not how it works. Timing is everything. You get the right timings in your life when you start something, when you launch something. That's half of the battle. And you might not believe it, but we got the proof, and that's the knowledge the elite are using, who a lot of times make decisions for the plebs who don't believe in this numerology. So you see, even without you guys believing this, we're still influencing you one way or another.
God damn. He's on fire right now.
It's a one day, bro. Hey, Gary, go open up. Exact time. You know, Gary, his presence, bro. Gary's
crazy.
in the chat.
Okay.
What's
That's
good,
him
Gary?
with the GG33 Academy.
We got the 303 podcast in. I'm the Gary's replacement. This is
Fresh's replacement.
Fresh replacement. We got Gary and Fresh.
We got
here,
two
right?
cats on the mic.
Right here.
Let's get it, man.
305, next generation 305, right? That's the people, you know, the older generation starts going out of it, you know, the new young blood comes in and starts taking over, eh?
For real. God damn.
He's
Let's
not
keep
gonna
it
like
going.
that. He's not gonna like that.
Let's keep
He's
it
not
going.
gonna like that. All right, we got a bunch of more readings to do. So let's get it. Next one. Matt Tamarisho with $10, 11/26/1992. Born in monk year, life path 4, secondary 8, life cycle 21/8. Really, this is the guy who before he was just sending me his details. He's a 4, he's an 8. I was like, what the fuck, you don't give me full birthday? So now you're back. So let's give you what you paid for. So you're 11/26/1992. One, I'm planning on moving to Virginia, summer 2027, North Dakota. So again, this is why we need the Q app, right? So you're a monkey, you want to move into those states. How can you figure out if it's good for you? So we say Virginia, right? You put in the Q app, Virginia, and boom. Virginia is a one life path monkey nation. Look at that. Hey, you did your research, or the energies aligned. So you're planning on moving to Virginia, summer 2027. All right, that makes sense. So let's see, how can I make money before and after moving? So let's say where you're in right now. You're North Dakota, right?
What's stopping you from doing it in 2028? I mean, I might have missed your birthday, but it's like a monkey and a monkey year. Why not wait the extra year? Is there something urgently keeping you staying wherever you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he probably wants to get out of there as soon as possible.
Fair
He
enough.
probably feels like, and I see he's his dilemma. He's right now in an 8-year cycle. He feels like he can't do it, throughout 2026 perhaps. If he might not, make it, who knows? Okay. And then he's going into a 9-year cycle. So from 2026 to 2027, you're gonna be in a 9-year cycle. So do you really wanna start? Wait, did I fuck up the math? No,
You're the one with the phone in front of you. I can't see.
I fucked up the math completely, bro. I tripped out. My bad. So you're in a 1 person year. 11, 10,
and what's his birthday again? You said 11/26.
1992.
1992. Okay, nice.
I feel like Gary's watching. Maybe that's what I'm flipping. I feel Gary's watching. He's judging right now.
I'm nervous. Master's watching them.
No.
The big dog's watching
them. Get out of here. Now I gotta do it. Right? Now I gotta do it. So you see, it's under 2027. Let's see. 6. You're going to 11 here. I mean, you're not 21 person live right now. I feel like you want to make a big move. It might be better if you make the move right now. If you make the move still in your 20 personal year, then you can get a really good imprint. You can get it going right. You can imprint the wealth energy onto the things you're doing. Gary's watching. Very good. So, yeah, I would do it right now because this year, you're going to 11-year cycle. 11s always bring drama. 11s always bring unnecessary challenges because that's like the final boss of the emotional energy. When you go to 11 personal years, he's always watching. When you go to 11 personal years, you're gonna be tested. So if you imprint big moves on the 11 personal energy, there might be more challenges. It might be more of an awakening time for you. It might become more spiritual time for you in your new state, Virginia. But it's also gonna bring more emotional problems. So if you can't wait until 2028, your monkey year, to get the best imprint, going to as a monkey, going to a monkey state in a monkey year, that's a strong imprint, right? But see, if you can't wait until that long, I would do it right now. I would go in the 20-year personal year, 1 new beginnings to get that fresh start in there. I think it's aligned. What do you think?
I mean, I don't see any problem with it. I mean, okay, looking at your birthday, 11/26/1992, that's a 4 monkey, right? So if you waited till 2028, you'd be in a 4-year cycle. What I mean is like you're gonna be in your own energy. You're turning into something native, like.
No, it's gonna be in a 3-year. Most of the year it's gonna be a 3-year.
A 3-year for him?
After his
Okay.
birthday then. So.
Tough. Okay, that's tough. Listen to what Tavid said. I don't do 3,000 readings like he does. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about to the level he does, but listen to what Tavid said. He gave you good advice. I'd go right now. Obviously, the monkey year, go hard that year.
This year.
But yeah, get it done before your birthday.
All right,
and on to the next one. We've spent more than enough time there.
Money,
Black man carrying the podcast. I like that. Black History Month, motherfucker.
Hey, Gary. It's 2/7. I bought a 27 down here. Hey,
For sure. He's going with the system.
Everything's planned out, right? Everything's planned out. And Nick was here, who's born the 7th, so we're aligned. And it's Money A Brown 887, $10, 614, 1995. Peak Gemini, still laying low. What should I do this year cycle? Know that I still have 10 days to go. What job or career aligns with my energy, and where in Ohio should I do it? All right, so what's the question here? He's 614, 1995, so he's a 8 life path pig, born on 14th.
We got a Trump over here.
Yeah, you got a Trump over here, 614. You should be in Washington, eh?
For real.
You should be in Washington. But anyways, this 8 life path born on, wait, I gotta make sure I do the math right. We got him watching. Yeah, it's right. So an 8 life path born on 14th, you gotta just understand there's a lot of ups and downs in a life, right? 8 life path born on 5th, guys. You always look at 2 things together. This guy Gary Helper, exactly, right? 3 or 5 from Timo. Hey, it is what it is, bro. I get offended that shit. That shit's funny. So anyways, if you're an 8 life path born on a 14th, there's always gonna be an element of up and down. There's gonna be sudden changes. One day you go in here, next day you go in there. One day you go left, next day you go in right. Sudden changes, a lot of volatility. Life is not meant to be calm and steady for you, brother, being an 8 life path born on 14th. So honestly, enjoy the roller coaster, enjoy the ride, get with it. You know, it is what it is. You can't really change that. You gotta go with the flow. People born on 14th, you have to be like water, always moving, always changing, always doing something different, right? Think about it, the water, when it's stuck in a pond, it goes bad, right? Water is in a river, water is happy, water is moving, water is clean. That's my advice for you and everyone else born on 5th, 14th, 23rd. Experience constant change, live in different places, explore, and look for new opportunities. Now look at the word new. N is the 14th letter, E is the 5th, W is 23. New is like 555, right? Makes sense. Far life paths always looking for something new to evolve themselves, and get to the next level. And it says, dog, he's shooting back. So it's from 3 or 5 podcasts to 30.
Yeah, I saw that. That's why I started getting. That's crazy. But okay, I know you're a pig too. I do not envy you. You went through an 11-year cycle from 6/14/2025. Coming up on your birthday should get a lot lighter. Stay strong. Like, it's definitely, I mean, I can only imagine how crazy that must have been. But follow what Tavid said. You're going to be a rich man if you play your cards right, or a rich woman. Go find a rich man to mooch off. On to the next one.
Right, wait, he asked about the job or alliance, right? So what job would do an 8 life path on a 14 and a piggy?
Be around money. Be around money. Be around finance. You'd probably do fairly well with trading, particularly day trading, something that involves a lot of change, a lot of movement, something that doesn't require you to be around money. I hope you're in finance. I hope you're in the I hope you're in the stock market, real estate, things of that nature. I don't know,
8 life path pig, be a good capitalist. That's all you need, brother. Figure it out. You can figure it out. Just be a good capitalist and you'll be fine, right? 8 life path pig, that's the combination for it, for real. Next one, Lady Pathway with $10, 9 life path, Cancer Snake, 1977. Please give us full birthdays. We can only do so much with this. You ask, what does 2026 look for you? Do I gotta guess your birthday? Do I gotta guess, which non life path, Cancer Snake you are, 1977? There's options, not every day is gonna be same. So again, Lady Pathway. Make sure to give me your full birthday. We'll read the chat. Lady Pathway, your full birthday, please. Then we'll give you the proper reading. We got Jackson with 8 pounds, 828. Appreciate it. Your brother, love your energy. What weaknesses or lessons show up in my trading journey? 3 January 2004. That's one for you. So we got the 1/3/2004. We got a 1 life path on January 3rd, and a goat and a Capricorn. What are the weaknesses in his trading journey that he should look out for?
Well, I mean, how far deep are you? Okay, let's talk about it from an energetic perspective. You're going to be a 1. You're going to want to do things. You're going to be assertive. You're not going to be someone that's as adaptable as someone with 9 energy, for example, right? So make sure as you're trading, you're being stubborn for the right reasons. Don't just think you're going to brute force your way into everything. You're not going to be able to fit a circle in a square hole. Like, that's not how trading works. You have to move with the market. And I guess above all, join the 28 club. There's a lot that goes into being a successful, profitable trader that a lot of these fraud-ass gurus aren't going to tell you, and they're not going to keep it real with you. Join someone who's done this before, someone who has a proper... Giving Fiji free advertising, bad capitalism. But okay, I'm a 3, I get distracted easily. Back to the topic. Join someone that's done it before. He's got a consistent track record, so that's going to be nice and helpful. You're also born January 3rd, so you have that 3 energy. Great career path for you. I mean, 3 is also the number of luck, as we know. 28 club dollars, $3. You look at some of the most successful people on the planet, whether it be, I mean, I don't know. Look at Warren Buffett, for example. He's born on the 30th. I'm blanking out right now, but there's a lot of people with money, with 3 energy that have money that are doing pretty well. So I say all this to say you're in a good field. Don't fuck it up. Don't be stubborn for the wrong reasons. And lastly, you said he's born in the year of the goat. I think that's 2004. So, okay, 2027 is going to be a great, great year for you.
2026 is great for goats as well. But see, what I would chime in here, you're one life path, that's the main energy. Learn from your mistakes. In trading, if you make a mistake, you lose money, write it down. What did you learn from it? That's the biggest thing. You cannot do the same shit expecting different results. Took many, many years. But me as a one life, I realized that you gotta learn from your mistakes. See, that's what makes a great leader. Most great leaders aren't actually born that way. If you look at history, most great leaders become one through their life experiences. As a one life path, you're meant to go hard. You're meant to take action. You're meant to push forward, start a bunch of things that might fail, but you can never get discouraged because with every failure is a lesson in disguise. And those lessons are the most valuable things you can get in life. So now, one life paths who are passive, who are stagnant, who are not afraid to take risks, they're never gonna go anywhere because they don't get that experience, right? You gotta fail as a one to get your lessons because ones learn shit the hard way. People born in 1st, 10, 90, 28, the one life paths always gotta go through the mistakes themselves to really get the lesson. You tell a one, the stove is hot, don't touch it, they gotta touch it themselves to make sure it's hot. It ain't good for them, you just tell them, they gotta go it yourself because you might be lying to them, right? That's how ones are. The Capricorn and then Chan.
One other thing I'll add too is like typically with ones, that's a very aggressive energy, not the most likable, especially as you go into the 2000s. We have a lot of soft feminine people, but you are also born on the 3rd. That's one of the most one of the most, if not the most likable date in the entire calendar.
Actually, factually, the most likable date.
I say all this to say, get into sales, man. Like, trading's great and all, but you're a jack of all trades. You can do more than one thing. If I had to give you another career recommendation, I think you do very, very well in sales. You're also a goat. Goats have that riz, man. Like, goats have the ability to charm. I don't know if you know who Pierre Polyev is, but smooth as fuck on the mic. Some of the smoothest talkers I know, all goat years. We've given you a lot for this reading, but yeah, get in sales, get in trading, join the 28 Club if you're not in it already, and don't be stubborn for the wrong reasons.
All right, we got Lady Pathaway. We hear her birthday as well.
Was that the one that gave us? I'm a 9 life path snake born in 77.
She's a nice lady. Don't make fun of her. She said July 5, 1977. So yeah, that's 7/5, 1977. 9 life path Cancer. What does 2026 look like for me? So the first half of 2026 for you is all about reconnecting with your inner child, trying different things, being open-minded. You just got out of your snake year. I hope it went well. So now just be open-minded to meeting new people and trying different things and just build upon all the things you started. Let's be honest, the things you want to gotta get started, they should have been started already right now. So you still got 10 days. If there's something that you feel like you didn't manage to do in your own snake year, you got 10 more days. Don't let it go to waste. But throughout 2026 until the first half, it's all about seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, doing everything, right? And trying different interests, doing a little bit of everything. And after your birthday in July, your energy is gonna change. After your birthday in July,
it's all love, Lady Petaway. I wasn't trying to attack you. I just like to have fun. I'm a 3 cat. I talk a lot of shit. It's all love.
Makes sense. So, anyways, after your birthday in this year, July, it's gonna change, and it's gonna change massively. And after this year, you're gonna start building all of the new things you started, all of the people you met. You're gonna be taking all of those connections and putting it into work, and really building up a strong foundation for your life. Maybe building up yourself, a company, a business. Maybe building up other people around you. That's what's coming up for you because you are going into a 22 personal year, right? The personal year cycle is one of the best codes in numerology, no doubt about it, because it shows the energy you carry throughout the year. How do you calculate the personal year?
Calculate the personal year, easy. You just add it's your date of birth, adding the year. So you're 7/5, that's your first 2, then you add the year. So 2025. So from 7/5/2025 to 7/5/2026, you're gonna be in that 3 personal year. So great year for communication, great year for expanding your social network, great year for working on your talking ability, your speech, trying to get further by working smarter, not harder. That's what the 4-year cycle is for. That's coming up 2026. Hope it's been a great year for you. I can only imagine 9 snake in a 9 snake year. You're a woman as well. Candace Owen is also a woman born in a 9 snake year, 1989. She absolutely crushed it. Hope you did as well. And anything else you wanted to add to that, T?
No, that's brilliant. So next up, we got Nate B. Chimens with another $10, 5/12/1994. You have a 93% Q compatibility day coming up on the 21st of the month. What actions do you recommend I take on this day? First of all, let's talk about the compatibility calculator. This tool in the Q app is the best tool of numerology astrology ever freaking made. You put 2 birthdays in there, instantly know the match you get. Instantly know, should you marry this person? Should you work with them? Should you go into business with this person? Any birthday you put in there. See, compatibility is not just for relationships or people. You can take your own birthday and put in today's date, like this channel is right here, right? You take your own birthday, let's say I'm 7/20/1999. One side, I put today's date 2/7/2026. I have a 71% today. That's pretty good, pretty friendly energy, 71%. So I went live, that's my first imprint, being on a 3 or 5. I'm using this knowledge, and the Q compatibility calculator is the best tool ever made. All of Gary's knowledge, right? All of the tools, all the readings he has done, all the knowledge in GG33, everything is put into one single algorithm that compares 2 dates and gives you the instant results with the best match you can ask for. Does that make sense? You use that?
The Q calculator, yeah. Sorry, I was just reading through the comments there, but yeah, to add to Tavid's point, like this knowledge is already out there and automated. You don't have to make it complicated. We've spent a lot of years studying this stuff. Gary spent even longer studying this stuff, literally decades. All that's packaged into one app. So I mean, save yourself the stress. Whether it's things that you want to know around compatibility, places to live, brands to buy, clothing to wear, cities to live. I said that twice. I'm fucking up. But yeah, get the Q app. Find your great.
Let's go.
I hope that doesn't sound corny. Find your great, get the Q app and shit. Let's keep it rolling.
Nick is proud looking at it right now. So anyways, to answer his question, right? So what should you do on those 90% days? Should I be the one giving you that test? I gotta talk to you, right? I gotta know what it is you're doing. What are your goals? What is it you wish to do? Overall gist of it, it's a very lucky day, right? Within a whole year, you might have only a couple of those days with 90% plus dates. So number one, don't live it like every other year. Don't be wasting it doing bullshit. Do something influential. Take some risks. Take some action. Use that 91% of compatibility you got. See, guys, I'll tell you a quick story. See, I gave a reading to a guy in Switzerland who was, worth hundreds of millions. And I was telling about the Q compatibility calculator, how it's the best tool out there, ain't nothing like it. That dude's like, okay, let's put it to the test if it's so good. He gave me his business partner's birthday, the person he made hundreds of millions with. 2 people, always like 20 years, working together side by side, made hundreds of millions. They had a 97% compatibility. 97, right? Monkey and dragon, everything was aligned, right? So he was shocked. He was like, goddamn, I was like, there you go, right? This stuff works. But what this really taught me is most of us don't have the luxury of a 97 falling through the window for us. Most of us don't have the luxury of randomly tumbling across those 97% and working with them. So some of us, we have to learn the code and then go out there and apply it. Learn your code, learn your friendly energies, use the compatibility calculator to figure it out for you, and then go out there and apply this information. Your banker, your accountant, the people you're working with, in relationships as friends, anything you do, get that friendly energy and your life will improve. That's why you need the Q app, because there's no other tool that's gonna do this for you except me right here getting a reading. You want a reading? GG33logic.com, 1 hour reading, we hook you up, ain't nothing like it, right?
He killed it.
You like that transition?
I like that. Lost for words. I'm in awe. I'm out here soaking in the game. Like Tavid's a natural at this. First time on the stream for me personally, but shit, I'm learning a lot. I'll say that. Do we still have more? Or?
Of course we have more.
Business is booming tonight. Oh my God.
Yes, sir. 6/6/2005, male. How likely is it for me to get that bag, or am I going to be broke?
I love that question. A blunt rooster.
So let me tell you pretty simply. You're going to be broke. You're broke probably right now. That's why we're asking this. You're going to be broke for a couple of years. In your 30s and 40s, most likely it's going to turn around. Right. So there it is. You're a late bloomer. There you go. You don't have to fret. You're not going to be broke forever. Life will get a lot easier in your 30s and 40s. You just have to be very, righteous. You can never steal. You can never cheat. You can never make money from, doing something that's wrong. Or, I don't like the word wrong, because let me tell you a little preach about karma. See, a lot of people talk about positive karma, negative karma, good karma, and bad karma. See, karma is a keep of balance in this matrix. Karma doesn't actually look at good or bad. Those are made up terms by humans. What's good for me might be bad for you, right? Because we're different people.
For
right?
sure.
So that's not constant. Karma is not about that. Karma is either about balance and harmony. Either you're in balance with the world around you or you're not. You steal a cookie when you're 3, you have a stuffy nose when you're 5. every exchange of energy will be paid back and made equal one way or another before this game is over. But see, most of us, karma takes time to hit. Most of us might take a year, might take 10 years, might take until the next lifetime. But anybody who's an 8 life path or born at 8/17/26, karma hits back like a boomerang. You will know instantly the decisions you made. Karma is always watching every decision you make, every word you say, every action you take. Karma's always watching. Remember that for anybody who's an 8 life path or born at 8/17/26. Wanna learn more? Get the Q app. This is how I gotta put it. I'm getting clips out here. You know, I'm getting
I love
clips out
that,
here. I gotta
man.
put the CTA in the back end of it, right?
Get the Q app, man. He's only said it a million times. We're going to make it 1,000,001. Get the Q app. Don't waste time. We've already packaged all this knowledge into one platform for you so you don't have to freestyle it off the top. We crawled so you could walk. And I didn't do shit, really. Him and Nick did all of it. And Gary.
And Roger. So now we got one more win streams. 9/12/2006. He's day trading with 70% win rate. Should I still join 28 club? What's win rate for Rob?
High 90s, like very high 90s. What I will say is like you're good, you could be better, right? Like there's always room for improvement. If what you're doing is working for you, then shit, who am I to tell you what to do, right?
I mean, the thing is, he's an 11 life path dog, right? So he feels like he's the best in everything. He feels like he's above all this, 11 life path dog. He's that, he's that guy. That's what 11 life path dogs think, bro.
All I will say is like it's all about the long game with trading with anything really, right? Like don't be someone that's only hot for a season, hot for 2 seasons. You want to make sure that yes, you're on a good win streak right now. Don't fuck it up. So keep the momentum going. Always keep your head in the game. Don't let success that you're seeing right now be the reason that you end up slipping one day and fucking up what you've built up, because that's one thing that's really common with the 11 energy. One temper tantrum away from blowing it all up. Granted, you are also born on the 12th, so I'm sure you also do get your lucky streaks. I'm a 3 life path. I definitely get my fair share of luck here and there, but keep up the good work. It sounds like you're doing good enough. Like I said, you're doing good. You could always do better. So if you're looking to do better, then go to my guy, Rob. I'm in the 28 club myself. I'm liking it a lot. And that's me being very humble about it. But yeah, there's nothing like it out there at all. And get the fucking Q app.
Yes, sir. Hey,
get the Q app. You like that?
Good,
Not quite as slick as Tavid. I still got to work on that myself, but get the Q app too.
Now, one more thing. What advice would you give for us 22-4 per year coming up? So you have a very rare opportunity. So you're a dog in a horse year and you're going into a 22 personal year, and that's when you turn 20. That year is going to act as the building block of your life. The action and moves you make on that small window of energy with 22 energy and your friendly horse year, that's going to build up and, boost you up for the rest of your life. If you ruin that, if you flop it, if you don't do anything that time, you're not going to get the benefits. You're going to miss out and struggle much more going forward. That year is about you setting yourself up for success throughout your 20s. So if you're such a young kid, already trading with 75% win rate, you probably got, a little bit of bag already. That should be good. So see, 22 personal year, you take your money and you build a strong foundation. You build a level. You draw a land in the sand and say, I'm not going below this energy anymore. I'm not going below this line. This is the level I'm at. I'm going to stay there. You make a foundation, something you build upon, instead of being up and down, just swinging all the way through. Make sense?
Build yourself up. 22 years coming up. You also got a beautiful 8 personal year in the dog year 2030. So
good catch.
Sow the seeds right now. It's going to pay off beautifully if you play your cards right. Don't put your foot off the gas. And like I said, it's all about the long game and trading. You look at some of the best, most consistent people, whether it's someone like Warren Buffett or someone like Jim Simmons. If you don't know who that is, I recommend you look into him. It's all about the long game. Don't be a minute man. Don't be someone that's hot for 1-2 seasons. Be planning for 10, 20, 30 years, right? Like it's all about pacing yourself. It's all about being here when, I could rant about this.
He's a level 8 about a 12.
That's why I'm emphasizing it, right? You're an 11 with that 3 energy. I know you're a very volatile person, and that's why I'm emphasizing this. You're doing good right now. Don't fuck it up. Let's go on to the next one.
Now, let's put it like this. You will make a lot of money in your life. It starts in your 22. It really starts in your 22 personal year and the horse year. That's the energy. The seeds you plant is what's going to, give you that fruit 10, 20, 30, 40 years down the line. That makes sense? All right, that's the last one. You got all of them. Guys, you want another super chat? Anyone else wants to ask us something? $8 or above. We are undercutting Gary. We're undercutting. He has 98. We're doing for the low because we want to help you guys, right? We're here for everybody. We're here for the people, right? So you want to ask something? Now's your chance to do it. But now, Uche, I want to talk about a different topic that I feel like you really master it, right? That you're really an expert in it. It's financial numerology. Numerology and astrology, how it applies in the markets, how it applies in business. Let's talk about that a little bit. So just to be clear, I know you're part of Gain 28. You have been through deep wealth. So we don't talk about the things we can't, right? We don't talk about things we should, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff that people haven't even thought about, haven't even heard about, that we can bring more to the light. For example, let's look at, the names of different companies. There's a lot of different codes in letterology. You look at Apple, first letter is A, second letter is P, 1 plus 16, 17, 1 plus 7 is 8. The first two letters have a big imprint in letterology. Look at the word wealth. W is 23, E is 5, 23 plus 5, 28. So the two first letters in wealth, 28. Look at money. M is 13, O is 15, 28. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. I don't think so. So look how it's imprinted. Moon, Monday, all that. When you go to work on Monday, has the 28 in there. See what I mean?
Exactly.
It's all connected.
I mean, yeah, there's more I could say about that, but I guess, looking at the moon too, we look at currency, you have the word sea in there, that's the water. What does the moon control? Like the tides, right? So you can see that connection between the moon and water. You look at the richest people in the world, you see... Has Gary put that out there? No, I'm not going to say that. But you look at their last names, for example, right? You see Buffett, you see Bezos. What do we know about B? B is the 28th letter of the alphabet. There's capital B, yeah, not just lowercase b, not the little big B second letter, but the capital 28. So that's a 28th letter right there. Tava called out Amazon, Apple, that's one energy. Even the biggest Middle Eastern company, Saudi Aramco, oil company, oil business, one of the biggest, I think, $3-5 trillion networks. Someone's going to have to fact check me on that. But there's so many ways that you could take it with this type of stuff. Kind of like Tavid said, I'm not the one to be going into this in full detail. I'm not the expert here. I'm a learner, but if you want to get more detail, go to Rob's 28 Club, go to Roger's Deep Wealth. There's a lot more gems and sauce in there that would actually blow your mind. Shit that's going to have your jaw hanging onto the floor. You know what I mean?
So we gotta give them something. We gotta give them sneak peek. So let me tell you this, guys.
I'm going to let Tavid lead because I don't want to say something I shouldn't.
Yeah, all good.
So if you see me pausing, it's not because I don't know what I'm saying. It's just I haven't done this for long enough where I have that experience, kind of like Tavid and Gary, of talking with one hand behind my back. There's so many ways I could take this conversation, but let me pass it to Tavid.
Yeah, let me show you a good example. How we break it down for people who are just getting into it, right?
Yeah.
Sam Bankman-Fried, the crypto scammer born 1992, he of the monkey. Monkey is enemies with the tiger. 2022, you're a tiger. That's when his whole system collapsed, the FTX. You remember how FTX collapsed?
Absolutely.
He was in his enemy year. The monkey got hit in a tiger year, caused one of the biggest crashes and collapses in the world of crypto. Just like when the 2008, the Lehman Brothers. The founder of the Lehman Brothers, one of the brothers, the main brother was, wait, let me do the clip again. Lehman Brothers, the founder of it was born year of the horse. 2008, you had a rat, horse and a rat, enemy signs. The Lehman Brothers collapsed, caused one of the biggest depressions, that was it called?
Not only that, but it also happened on 9/15/2008. You do the numbers, 9 plus 1 plus 5 plus 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 8. That's a 7-day, right? And what do we know about 7? It doesn't particularly do well when it comes to financial matters, unless you're someone like Elon Musk who's working in tech, which is where 7 excels. But just another layer to that whole Lehman Brothers thing, right? We got that, 2008. We look at other crashes too.
We can look at Bitcoin. What's happening right now?
Yeah, shit. We're entering a horse year right now.
Hey, Gary's call's on point.
On point. I mean,
he was putting himself on that line, bro. He said years ago, 2026, Bitcoin is going bye-bye. And the horse even here, his predictions are already hitting. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
It's fucking
crazy.
He
put it out there with no doubt. I never saw an ounce of doubt in his eyes when he said any of that. He believes in the system because it works. Can't argue with it.
And if you shorted it, you're laughing right now. So, I mean, not only that, XRP too. Fuck XRP. But yeah, crypto's going to go to shit this year. We're starting to see the cracks. We're just getting started. Horse year starts we're on the 7th right now. 10 more days till 2/17. Not just any horse year, but a fire horse year. And one thing I like about the fire horse, can I say this? Yes, I can. Is if you look at the fire horse, you look at 1966, that was bearish. You look at 1906, that was bearish. You look at 1846, that was bearish as well. And some of you might be like, yo, what's this cat on about? 1846? The US stock market wasn't around back then. But we actually did have a stock market, the UK stocks. And back then we had the railway mania where all the railway stocks are going absolutely nuts. The UK was a kingpin at that time. And I say all this to say fire horses don't really do well on average. So go with the flow. go where the probabilities and the odds are aligned, I probably wouldn't expect too much from financial markets this year. And if you do have blips of mania or rush, I'd say like it's gonna be very, very short-lived. So that's what I'll add about that. I don't know if you want to add some more, drop some more sauce on that, but shit.
Do you know about the Buttonwood Agreement? Heard about that?
I think I know what it is. I mean, that was back in 1817, and that was what formed the Nasdaq, right?
No, a little bit before. That Buttonwood Agreement was essentially the first imprint, the first beginning of the stock prices coming up, coming together. It's in 1792, and it happened May 17th. The first iteration, the first real imprint of what became the New York stock market started with the Buttonwood Agreement. You see the button, the B, the capital B
The
there.
capital B.
On the 17th.
Okay.
Think about it, in the 8-bit number of money. They were using numerology 200 years ago. We had no clue about this stuff, right? They were using this knowledge 200 years ago that we're teaching and bringing now to the public. That's the real value of this information. You know when New York Stock Exchange was founded? March 8, 1817.
That's what I was thinking of.
1817 as up to 28. New York Stock Exchange was founded on the 8th of the month, money, and a 28 life path. That's numerology. Again, that's your one example, right? One example with cherry picking. We can look at Nasdaq, founded 2/8/1971. 2 plus 8 plus 1 plus 9 plus 71. Guess what it is?
28.
28 on the 8th as
crazy.
well. So check it out. The New York Stock Exchange is a 28 life path founded on the 8th. Just like Nasdaq is a 28 life path founded on the 8th. That's the biggest wealth generator in human history. Isn't that crazy?
Sounds
They're
like a
using this
coincidence.
information. That's financial. That's the power of numerology. These are the people who've been running circles around all of us and playing all these games with this hidden information that no one else had access to. Until now, GG33 and a Q app, we're bringing this to the public. We're teaching this to everybody can benefit from this knowledge and really, use the tools of enslavement that be used against you. That's one of the most powerful things you can do is to teach and wake people up, isn't it?
I agree. And I was just looking at that guy Kevin's comment. 3 hours in, threes can talk. Shit, Tavik can talk. I just got here. Like I said, Tavik crawled so I could walk. This guy's been going at it for time. How long have I been here now? Like maybe an hour at most. Shout out to him. Shout out to Gary for letting us do this at the Q Studios. I lost my trail of thought. I think we were talking about the Nasdaq and the 28. I guess one more thing I could add to that is like shit. And I know Gary's talked about this a lot, but we have the Chinese Olympic Games in 2008. 8/8/2008. What do we have when we add all those numbers up? 8 plus 8 plus 2 plus 0 plus 8. That's 16. 16 plus 10, 26. That's an 8 in total. Not only an 8, but a double 8 day. They started at exactly 8:08 p.m. There's so many different ways that we could spin this, but I mean, if it wasn't obvious by now that 8's the number of money and 28's the number of wealth, I don't know what more we can say. You look at the richest people in the world, we see Bill Gates born on the 28th. We see Elon Musk born on the 28th. We see Carlos Slim born on the 28th. We see so many other examples. We got 28 life paths. We've got people with, I'm not going to say that, but there's so many ways that the 28's blended into the richest people on the planet. And the more that you put the pieces together, we're giving you breadcrumbs. There's a whole lot you can do to make a whole cake and bake a whole loaf of bread with this.
Damn.
Yeah, like shit.
Fitting.
There's so much out there. There's more than meets the eye, and yeah.
Hey, the more you learn numerology, the more you realize how little you know. That's the thing about knowledge. The more you study, the more you keep looking into this, the more you realize you don't really know shit. And it keeps going. And it only gets worse and worse, literally. But you see, that's the thing. I would rather know than, live in, illusions, right?
Yeah.
So that's
and that kind of leads me to one question I did want to ask you, Tavik. Because in case you guys don't know, like Tavik's more than just a numerologist. He really knows history. He's really read a lot in his life. He has a firm understanding of ancient history, at least to the extent of what's publicly available for people to consume. So you've done a lot of readings. You've done over 3,000. Based on what you've seen, would you say you feel like the ancients had a level of understanding of numerology either just as equal to or maybe even better than what we have right now?
So it's hard to compare because there's different systems of math, right? First and foremost, our current system of numbers goes 1 to 9. So that's the numerology energy system, the 369 matrix that we're all living in, right? Think about the 369. 3 for the Trinity, 12 zodiac signs, 12 cycles, 1 plus 2 is 3, right? 6 for the number of time, 60 minutes, 60 seconds, 24 hours and a clock. 2 before 6. 9, number of completions. All the numbers go up to 9. This 369 is how all energy manifests in this version of the matrix. When you look at the Sumerians, they are 1 to 9, they had 1 to 60. So, they had a much more advanced, essentially, way of math and a different whole system. So it makes sense they had a different numerology system as well. Was it more advanced? Was it less? I can't really say, right? If you don't know, we can't really compare it. But see, we have been taught that the people in ancient Sumeria were just people riding around in, ox carts, who couldn't, have to go to sleep and then sunlight came because they couldn't see anything. We've been led to believe that the people of the ancient past were cavemen who couldn't, do shit. When in fact, a lot of the, proof shows they had knowledge, they had technology that's way more advanced than we have now. When it comes to free energy, when it comes to pyramids, I could talk about this for hours, but I mean, that we can save for we can save that for the next time. Right?
I've always wondered how the system would have operated before the institution of the Gregorian calendar. Because it's like we haven't had that exist for, it's been less than a couple hundred years. Let me put it at that, right?
I can tell you one thing about this. After the Gregorian calendar started, the 28 became much more potent when it comes to wealth. That's as far as I say. That's the hint. People are sevens. They can decode. They can take these breadcrumbs and start figuring it out. But the 28 really started showing out after the Gregorian calendar was implemented. Guys, let me drop some shit now. If you look at the Chewy Star of David, it's a pyramid, an upside down pyramid. You can make a pyramid with 2 sevens. You make a 7 and then you mirror it. That's a pyramid. You make another 7 and mirror it upside down. That's the Star of David. 4 sevens needed to build that. 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7, 28. Look at that. Hey, that's a 28 right there. The symbol the Jews are using to manifest power and wealth. But you know who was doing it before them?
Who's doing it before them?
You can make swastika with 4 sevens as well.
Whew. He's cooking
28.
Right now.
Same symbol,
He's cooking
just a
right
different
now.
shape, just a different way of putting it in there. But that shows, how the elite, how the people in position of power are using shapes, logos, numbers, colors, everything against people for their own benefit, their own power. They're fully service to self with this knowledge. Guess what we are doing now? We in the Q app, we're taking this knowledge, we're bringing it up to everybody. Everybody should be able to benefit from this knowledge. You join the Q app, you start learning, you get with it, and you're gonna evolve and never look back. So now let's do some work in a bit. Let's do some readings. And by the way, don't worry, I will incompensate you with
it's
the
all
work you're
good.
putting in here.
It's all good.
I got some cheaters. I will.
Yeah, shit. Okay, let's go.
You're working for free,
It's
but I
all
can't
good.
expect this from a cat, right? Gotta keep him rewarded, so to say, for all the hard work and effort they put in always. Now we got the Jalen Reed 9930 with $10, 6/9/1995. What would my top 3 career choices for me be? And what would be my greatest strengths and greatest weaknesses? This is a perfect one for you to earn your cheaters, right? There's a
Sorry, say that again?
It's 6/9/1995. What are his top 3 choices in career? And what are his greatest strengths and greatest weaknesses? He's a 3 life path pig, born on the 9th.
Okay, so I see, I kind of understand why he wanted me to take that, me being a 3 born on the 27th. Let's take it from the top, right? So you're a 3 pig, top 3 career choices. Well, for starters, if you don't already have that ability to talk and articulate yourself well, I'd say definitely work on your mouthpiece. Reason I say that is because, like 3 is the number of the communicator. 3 is the number of the comedian. And I say all this to say your glass ceiling when it comes to potential with public speaking, with selling people, with influencing, it's going to be so much higher than anyone else, except for maybe a 33 like Gary. But work on that mouthpiece. You're a 3. You're also born on the 9th. You're going to be extremely adaptable. Surround yourself by people that you want to emulate. If someone with 9 energies around shit, they're going to become a shitty person. If they're around greatness and wealth, they're going to be around that, right? Like surround yourself with people who are good at sales, people who are perhaps if finance is your calling and that's where you want to sell to, people that sell financial software, technology, things of that nature, sell insurance. I guess if we're looking at where the future is headed to, selling technology, consulting, right? Like things of that nature. You're also born in the 6th. Well, there's a lot of 6 energy in your birthday. I say all that to say 6 is very much associated with service to others. Start a consulting business, right? Like bring the best of all that your energy encapsulates into the career field that you want to choose. So I'd say that should be your focus. First part of your question was greatest strength. I feel like I covered that. Next, I see greatest weaknesses. Attention. There's so many things going on in the world these days. You're going to have a lot of noise. Someone with 3 energy is going to struggle a lot more than other numbers with adapting and just being laser focused and not getting distracted. So I'd say refine your ability to do what needs to be done regardless of all the noise that's coming through. 3 isn't necessarily the number that's like, you're not a 4, you know what I mean? A lot of 3s, when they're very young, doctors might say they have ADHD or they have all sorts of learning disabilities. That's all fucking nonsense. You're just a 3. So learn to work with that energy profile. Get into sales, work on that mouthpiece, and I'd say that is what I would advise from a career standpoint. Is there anything you want to add to that, T?
Think about it, that's what you get for $10 from your stream. $10 get you a lot of history out
Trust
here.
me.
So guys, you want this level of insight. We ain't gonna be here all the time, right? We ain't gonna be here in Miami like Gary's, every other week. So now you have the chance to take advantage of discounted readings. Now your chance. Don't miss out. Anyway,
sauce
I'll add
tonight.
one more. No, we gave a lot enough for him already, right? You
Yeah,
put it work. I don't need to cover that.
Yeah, we
now,
can save that for later.
Dakota McKenzie, 4352 with 14 Canadians. Appreciate it. He's 717, 1994. He's like Marcelo, but he's a dog. He's 717. 11 life path, born on 8 days, 6 personal year. Been using Q. You have some 33 energy in there as well. That's one thing already. So tap in. Anyways, what's opinion? Should I start streaming? If not, what should I do? Start a weight loss journey for the second time. Lost 150 in 2022. What's my personal year in 2030? So if you're a dog, stay off those sweets. A lot of dogs who are 11 life paths, when you get fat, this speaks of trauma. When you in 11 life path dog gets fat, it's because they're eating away their emotions. They're eating away as a way to cope, dealing with emotions. 11 and a dog with the 11th sign. Watch out for sweets, cut out sugar in your life. Don't eat any white sugar, cut out sugar completely. You do a lot better, you're gonna, feel better as well. So now when it comes to career, 11 life path on the 17th, something that makes you money and something that makes you happy. Most people can't get, they gotta choose one or the other. But if you're 11 life path on the 17th, something that aligns with the mission, something that you can be obsessed with. That's the thing with people born on the 17th, they're very, very obsessive. People born on the 8th, 17th, 26th, when they set their mind to something, nothing else matters, right? So
and another thing with the 11 too is like everyone looks at, some people get turned off and scared with the whole emotional aspect. This life is yin yang. You can power that for a higher purpose. So make sure it's something that you're passionate about. Don't see that emotional energy as something that might be a handicap, for example, right? The more you can blend in your passion and that emotional energy behind what it is you're trying to manifest for yourself, the better your life's gonna be. It's gonna be sweet, right? Like you're an 11, not only that, you're a dog, the 11th sign. We're in the age of Aquarius, 11th sign, and something Gary's always said is not only is our Aquarius is doing well, but we're also seeing a lot of dogs rise to power. A lot of dogs do well. We got Donald Trump doing pretty well right now. There's so many things I could say about that, but shit. Getting back to the topic, put passion into your work. Streaming might not be bad. Just make sure it's something you're truly passionate about. And I do my best to incorporate as many layers of your energetic profile into the field that you choose to double down and specialize in. So if you're streaming, maybe you might do financial streams. You talked about losing weight.
About, right? Because if 11 finds something they're passionate about, it's going to show. And if 11 is saying sales, selling a product they believe in, it's gonna show,
For sure.
But if you don't believe it, if you're not passionate about it, there's a piece missing, untapped potential that you can, lock in and tap into your emotional energy to use it to advantage instead of being used by it. But if you're not doing that, you're just letting it go to waste, and most likely it's eating away from within if you're not doing what you're meant to be doing. Kino Trades, 88, what's good, brother? I see you out here, happy to have you in the chat. It's a long-time viewer. All right, next one. History Unmasked. 10 Australians gonna get a reading from me and my brother. 2026 is 10/29/2006. That's 11 life path dog. 9/30/2008, and that's a 22 life path rat. Right, so see how quick I did that, right?
Like that. I was still doing
It's cool, right?
1 + 2 + 3. This guy's doing it just like that. Jimmy
So
Neutron over
your
here.
brother, your brother, a lot of experience, So brother, double 11 dog, tough combination. I know someone with his birthday. There's actually a person in my Discord and Q Lifetime has the same birthday. Maybe it's the same one, but who knows, right? So it just has to learn to balance that emotional energy, bro. This double 11 dog, tough person to deal with. See, the biggest tell of unbalanced 11s is you never know which version you're gonna get. People who are born at 11, 20, 29, 10, 11 life paths, they have two sides to them. One side is the best version ever, a pleasure to be around, just, boost everybody else around them. The other side, the yin and the yang, can be devastating. 11s can be energy vampires, dragging others down, crashing out, danger to themselves, danger to everybody else around them. And the biggest tell of an unbalanced 11 is you never know which version you're gonna get. Things might be good, next moment, switch completely. There are a lot of 11s are bipolar like this. So with that dog, he needs to tire himself out to get rid of that energy. Go hard in the gym, take it out there so it doesn't take it out on other people. Dogs need to be trained. This is what I say as well. This double 11 dog needs some training. If you let dogs just do whatever they want, they get crazy, right? Dogs go to the training, they can actually do a lot more, if that makes sense.
For sure.
That's advice for him.
Yeah,
And for
I mean, shit, you got your brother too. I mean, I love those birthdays, an 11 and a 22. You've got a lot of master number energy in your family. So congratulations to those who came before you. They did well. But okay, we've got the 22 rat. You got 9/30/2008. I guess for starters, shit, lay low next year. And when I say next year, I mean this year. Horse year is going to start in 10 days from now. As you know, rat and horse enemy signs. We got Shaq and Kobe. Shaq the rat, Kobe the horse. Not the best combination. We have Bitcoin the rat. Horse year coming up right now. 2014 was not looking good for it either. I say all this to say lay low. You're currently in a 3-year cycle, so I don't know if I should say that, but yeah, lay low. And yeah, like 3-year cycle right now, you're gonna be entering a 4-year cycle too in your enemy year, unfortunately. So I say all that to say, if you're doing anything you shouldn't have been, maybe you haven't been paying your taxes the way you should have. This is the year to go. The energy, like, don't break the law, don't fuck up. If you speed stop signs, now's not the time to be doing that. You're gonna be entering your 4-year from 9/30/2026. So I'll say that too. And I guess, okay, if we want to talk about advantages and disadvantages, you're a 22 rat. Rats have the best intuition. The fact that you have that 22 energy combined with it too, it's going to be beautiful, like intuition on steroids. So I say all that to say, when you get a gut feeling, trust it for the most part. Maybe don't trust it this year because you are in your enemy year, but that's something that you're always going to have going for you. Whenever you're in danger or something doesn't feel right, you're going to get knots in your stomach. So that's one piece on the 22. Master builder, master destroyer. Rats are known for being manipulative, so why not use that energy to manipulate society and manipulate other people for the better? Why not? I got distracted reading the comment. Look at that 3 life pad attention span. But yeah, use that manipulation for the better. 22 energy, that's a master builder. You're also born on the 30th, so it's in your best interest to refine that mouthpiece, get into sales if you aren't already. You're someone who can do a really good job at influencing people, so make sure you do it for the right reasons and not the wrong ones. Don't be a dirty rat, be like a master. Shit, anything else you want to add to that, Tavit?
I mean, brother, he got his money's worth. That's how trading.
Yeah,
That's how
for real.
trading.
Crikey, what's that convert to in American? I mean, I don't
Probably
fucking
like
know.
six-
But
six-
yeah,
six,
shit,
seven
you got a
months.
lot of sauce. Enemy years coming up, lay low. That's it for me. Any more readings?
Makes sense. Hey, that's the last one of them for now. If you guys need any other advice, how you feeling? We want to keep this going?
I mean, I'm good. I'd be down to smoke a jeter, but shit, I'm down to go for as long as you want to go, right? Like, I'll pass it on to you. I'll take it wherever you want to go. He's a 1, I'll let the 1 lead. It's a 1 day.
All right. We could use a break. We could use a little break. So guys, let's wrap this up for now, and we're gonna do a level 2. Level 2 coming
2?
out the second
Okay.
stream. We gotta need a little break, right? We need to take some prompts, take some break, chill out for a bit, and then we're coming back for round 2. Don't go too far.
Sounds good. What'd you do with my Fiji water? Are they gonna give me my sponsorship money now?